800-384-5277. That's 800-384-5277. 800-384-5277. With purchase and installation, financing through third-party lenders, subject to credit approval. No interest and no payments if paid in full within 12 months. Interest charged from purchase date if not paid in full. Not all will qualify. Call dealer for details.
Selling your home with Ready, R-E-D-Y. Real estate agents will pay you up front for your listing. $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 just for a chance to sell your home. Why would they pay to be your agent? Well, your listing is really valuable. So if an agent is smart, they'll go on Ready and offer you cash up front to get it. And you do want a smart agent, right? Go to ready.com, REDY.com, or call 888-880-READY.
You've worked hard your whole life, but when it comes to investing, the market can feel like a full-time job. The charts, the timing, the second guessing, and every trade comes with that same question. Am I doing the right thing? That's where TrueTrade changes everything. TrueTrade's automated trading system takes the emotion out of the market. No guesswork, no staring at screens all day. Just smart automated trading strategies designed to work, even while you sleep. And here's the best part. When you download the TrueTrade app and sign up, they'll guarantee to fund each of your trading accounts with $50,000 or more in trading capital and no service fees for 12 months. That means you can start earning without risking your own savings and finally enjoy a hands-free path to financial freedom. To take advantage of our offer and secure your $50,000 in funding, download the TrueTrade app today on iOS and Android, or go to TrueTrade.io. That's TrueTrade.io. TrueTrade, where technology earns for you.
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Do you have a history of those dreadful calcium oxalate stones? Well, Kidney Cop is here to help. Shown in laboratory testing to reduce the rate of calcium oxalate crystal growth by 99%. Yes, 99%. Don't wait. Start taking Kidney Cop Calcium Oxalate Protector today. That's Kidney Cop, C-O-P, Kidney Cop. Order today at Amazon.com, Walmart.com, or KidneyCop.com. That's Amazon, Walmart, or KidneyCop.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. He was in great health. It was out of nowhere. Had a stroke. And super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. So even after he passed away, he was still able to provide for my mom. And of course, by extension, my brother and I. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. 10 minutes. You're covered. Your family is covered. You get $2 million in coverage for $2 a day. That's a 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. We don't like to talk about death in our culture, but everyone's going to die. You are going to die. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Slater. Rates may vary, billed monthly. Ethos.com/Slater.
Some companies discover patriotism when marketing made it convenient. Black Rifle Coffee Company was founded on it. From the beginning, BRCC was built by veterans who believe loving this country means more than slogans. It means service, accountability, and supporting the people who make America strong, whether they wear a uniform, build a business, or raise a family. As America enters its 250th year, Black Rifle Coffee is honoring those values by proudly working alongside Americans like Riley Green, Travis Pastrana, and the Dallas Cowboys, people who represent hard work and the American spirit. Kick off 2026 with American roasted coffee that respects its roots. Grab Cactus Spot, Waken the Neighbors, or Spirit of 76, bold roast built for people who still believe in freedom. And they're not stopping at coffee. New cold brew coffee cans are here in just black and vanilla. Smooth, powerful, and ready anytime. Want even more punch? Try Grape X, a great flavored zero sugar energy drink with 200 milligrams of caffeine. Veteran founded, American roasted. Black Rifle Coffee is America's coffee. Find at Walmart, Target, Kroger, your local Black Rifle coffee shop, and at blackriflecoffee.com.
This is Sirius XM Channel 125. Bold, inspired solutions for America. This is the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, 25 now till the top of the hour. 800-941-SEAN, our number if you want to be a part of the program. Your calls are coming up straight ahead. Look, you may already own a firearm, and there are going to be occasions in this world, in this life, where some people will encounter people that want to kill you and kill your family. And you need that as part of your personal safety security strategies. But according to the FBI, the latest year we have numbers for 2022, that's less than 0.01% of all altercations that require that lethal response. Now, if you're faced with that situation, you're also facing financial, legal, emotional, all the weight of pulling the trigger. And with new technology, you have another option. We have advanced technology, and that's where BYRNA.com comes in. And if you don't believe me, please look at their videos online. They're very powerful because they have powerful deterrents like tear gas, pepper spray, kinetic rounds. You can hit a target 60 feet away. One shot can incapacitate any attacker for up to 40 minutes. And that's the reason why over 500 government agencies, police departments, private security firms trust this new technology. And they're every launcher hand assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. They have the new compact launcher, the smallest to date. Linda has it every day. It's 4 inches long, 2 smartphones thick. It's very easy to conceal carry without attracting unnecessary attention. It fires at 400 feet per second, 41 joules of force per square inch. Perfect for anybody to protect themselves, their family. It should be part of your everyday safety security strategies. Please look at their videos online. Please protect yourself and your family and your employees. Go to BYRNA.com or check it out at your local Sportsman's Warehouse location. I think, let's go back to yesterday, Linda, if we can. I think this Kamala Harris-like answer of AOC when talking about Taiwan and China might be the end of any presidential ambition she might have. I mean, I can't listen to this enough. I probably have listened to it 15 times. Listen.
To all of you, and Congressman, I'll start with you, would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that this is this is, of course, a very longstanding policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point. And we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Mm-hmm. I found that very enlightening. Linda, did you find that enlightening?
Whenever AOC is talking, the room is brighter, without question.
The room is brighter. You sure that's the adjective you want to use?
Oh, yeah. She's just,
yeah.
Nothing but pure genius from that trap that never stops moving.
Let's go to Linda's home state of Pennsylvania. Ed, next, Sean Hannity Show. What's up, Ed? How are you?
Hey, Sean, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Welcome aboard.
Good. Yeah. Two things on my mind. One is that you have the ear of the president, Speaker of the House, other representatives. Probably millions of Americans like myself are sick and tired of hearing about government shutdown. And we need to have a bill called the No Shutdown Bill passed in Congress. That anytime they can't agree to a budget, they stay with the existing budget until they come to some type of agreement.
You know what the problem with that is? There is a problem. Is the government will never pass another budget if assuming that government stays as divided as it is now. And I don't see any hope that we can reconcile very deep, profound, philosophical differences. I mean, the left wants no voter ID. The left wants open borders. They want to defund ICE and the Department of Homeland Security, and with it, FEMA, and with that, the Coast Guard, and with that, the Secret Service. The left wants to defund, dismantle, and have no bail laws. The left in America, I mean, they want to pack the courts. They want to make D.C. and Puerto Rico a state. The left in America voted against the largest tax decrease in history and voted for the largest tax increase in history. The left is beholden to the climate alarmism. Tell me where there's middle ground and we can reconcile these differences, because I don't see that we can.
We already have an existing budget, don't we?
We have an existing budget,
So,
but budgets need to be, like, for example, we fell behind in terms of military technology during the Biden years, and we've got to fill that gap of vulnerability.
And if you have an existing budget, you never shut down the government again. You keep that budget until they make a decision to change it. If they don't make a decision to change it, it stays the same. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I understand, but, you know, it would stay the same. How many years are you willing to let it stay the same?
Well, until they can come to a consensus of what they want to change. They're our representatives. They're the ones running it. Surely they can come up with something if there needs to be something done with the budget. But we should not have to go through this nonsense of government shutdown every 3 months.
Listen, it's not the worst idea I've ever heard. It's not. I would prefer that we all. I prefer that more common sense exists in Washington, but it doesn't. I mean, this is why the left has to be defeated. This is why this midterm matters so much. But anyway, make a good point, Ed. All the best to you. Appreciate you. Love the people of Pennsylvania. Let's stay in Pennsylvania. Say hi to Keith next on the Sean Hannity Show. Hey, Keith, how are you?
Hi, Sean. I'm doing well. I wanted to talk to you about the benefits of AI. We all too often hear about the negatives of AI. As an engineering director here in York, Pennsylvania, we manufacture parts for the military, and we have begun implementing AI in our front office engineering systems to help us streamline our process and become more efficient with our engineering tests. And it's been quite beneficial, and the new wave of American manufacturing is being called smart manufacturing because of the AI revolution. There's two other benefits to AI, and there's also our education. If I need to know something about a particular topic, I can say ask Grok, and it'll give me a whole explanation of the topic that I'm interested in. And then the last benefit is politically fact-finding. The other day, my wife challenged me, hey, is ICE doing anything in the blue states and the red states? So I asked Grok, and it came back and said, there's all kinds of activity in Texas with ICE, and it helped solve the conversation that she and I were having. What are your thoughts?
I think it is the most fascinating technology I've ever used in my life. I use it every day now, and I learn a lot from it. There's no question it can't answer. And I think that look, I love this audience because you're with me, and I want everyone to be ahead of the curve. Everybody needs to, and I don't care what your age, everybody needs to become acquainted with artificial intelligence. And by that, I use Grok. I think Grok is the best by far. And you can ask it any question. And some nights I'll just spend like an hour or two or three, just messing around with it and asking all sorts of questions. And I think that it will, we've already seen the beginnings of, like, for example, automobile manufacturing, other manufacturing. We've seen robotics go to a whole new level. And you think, okay, well, we're losing American jobs in the process. Elon Musk's observation is it will create more jobs than we will lose, but there's definitely going to be disruption in the economy. And I just want people in this audience to be thinking through what those disruptions are and whether or not it may impact what their career is. And if so, to make the necessary adjustments so that you don't get caught off guard. I don't want people to get caught off guard. I want people in this audience to thrive and to succeed, which is why I'm advising everybody, take it for what it's worth, to familiarize yourself with it.
I agree. If you look at the efficiency gains between the typewriter and the word processor, efficiency gains in the office and the world.
Yeah. Look, you're echoing my statements on it. I know everybody on my team now is using it. I'm using it regularly. It makes you smarter than you really are. And any question you want answered, it can answer in seconds. It's amazing. Anyway, Keith, appreciate you. Love our friends in Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth. Thank you. All right, quick break, right back to our busy phones. Here's our toll-free number. It's 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. The Sean Hannity Show, a place where free speech and the First Amendment are still alive and well. Liberalism is a failed ideology. Get your dose of independence and liberty every weekday right here with Sean. Sean Hannity. If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on. Busy calls 800-941 Sean if you want to be a part of the program. Let us go to Ted in Arizona. Ted, how are you? Glad you called.
Good afternoon, Sean. How are you doing?
Good, sir. What's going on?
Nothing much. I need your help. I need your help. This country needs your help, Sean. We've got Jeffries up there on the hill saying that the ICE is untrained rogue police. If that's the case, that means that they did not do their job because they're the ones that set that up.
Repeat that again. I want to make sure I'm fully understanding you. Say it again.
Representative Jeffries.
Okay.
That ICE is an untrained organization. Under Article 1, Section 8 in the Constitution, they are the ones that are supposedly to train them, make sure that they're funded and trained in a disciplinary manner. That means that he's not doing his job along with the rest of them. They should be fired or voted out, however you want to look at it.
See, understand that a lot of what we've been witnessing, they caused it by either remaining silent or complicit in the open borders of Biden, Harris, and Mayorkas. So they sat by, idly lied to us, or they just said nothing, and they protected Biden and allowed these 12 plus, however many million people into the country unvetted. That created the problem. Donald Trump runs on a platform that he's going to deport these people. He's finding them. I went through earlier in the program. I brought it up yesterday. I can bring it up again today if you like. But, just in the last year, 2025 alone, which I think is indicative of a lot of years, is just indicative of the success, but you'd never hear about it. I mean, we had 2,500 murderers, illegal immigrants that killed Americans arrested. Over 5,400, this is CBS News, it's not Sean Hannity making it up.
Right.
5,400 rapists or illegals guilty of sexual crimes also against Americans arrested. And they can't name one person. They don't know the name of one victim. They don't know, they don't care. That's not their argument. They just want to oppose Donald Trump and really supporting the laws of our country.
I know, and what I was trying to get to is basically you work your mind off in the restaurant industry. You know what I mean?
Been super busy. Finally got some time to do some dashing.
People like to eat. These
finally got a little bit of time for this, so I'm doing it.
Oh, geez. So where does he get off calling it?
How are you doing?
Trade. I know different. I live here in Yuma. I talk to him in the grocery store all the time at the Fry's. You know what?
I hear what you're saying, and I mean, this is the real sinister, dark side of the Democratic Party. I mean, they don't want voter ID laws. Why? Because they want to cheat. I mean, they don't want, they want defund, dismantle, no bail. Who's going to protect you? Who are you going to call? They want to defund it. They demonize, they incite against agents, and now the confrontations occur.
So you have to yield to everybody coming in, but then you yield to everybody else.
Whose lives are in jeopardy and never give them any benefit of the doubt. Like in the case of the one officer that had a car being accelerated at him and got hit and had internal bleeding. And they want to rush the judgment. See, it's sort of like, it fits into my long-term narrative that I've made. If they can't weaponize something, if they can't politicize something, then what good? Then the lives don't matter. It's not about Alex Preddy's life to them. They are weaponizing his death. The same with Renee Good. I say
schedule's out of whack.
Matters. I wish they were alive today. I wish that they weren't out there harassing ICE agents and stopping them or trying to attempt to stop them from doing their job or interfering or distracting them from their job, however you want to describe it. I don't want anybody to die. I don't don't want the people that are shot and killed in Chicago to be shot and killed every weekend either. And nobody knows their names. And nobody knows the names. You know, Democrats couldn't stand it. I think it spoke volumes for the family of Laken Riley or Jocelyn Ungary. And that's why I'm saying if they can't weaponize it or politicize it, they don't want to touch it. Listen, I have a major government contract, by the way, that processes medical billings and other transactions has now shared information about a large-scale data breach beginning in October of 24 and mitigated in January 25. Now, updates have confirmed that hackers exposed the names, security numbers, medical data, health insurance information of more than 25 million people across Oregon and Texas.
That's awesome, man.
It's critical you understand how cybercrime.
Did you give him a call back and leave him a message at least?
All of our lives. Look,
let them know how interested you are.
Accidentally expose your personal information. LifeLock.com monitors on your behalf millions of data points every second of every day.
No reason to be disappointed.
Risk your identity.
Happens.
If they detect your information, they will alert you immediately to whatever the potential threat is that you'll never spot on your own. You know, these criminals want to take out loans in your name. They even commit crimes pretending to be you. If you, God forbid, are a victim of identity theft, you will get a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist. They will fix it. That's guaranteed. Also backed by their $1 million protection package. Anyway, right now you get 40% off your first year when you join LifeLock. Just by using the promo code Hannity. Call 1-800-LifeLock or just go to LifeLock.com. Promo code Hannity, 40% off today.
I can't see the left turn signal here. I don't think there is one.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to.
Hidden Applebee's.
If you're a parent, a homeowner, married,
get things started.
Take care of aging parents. It's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/Patriot to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/Patriot for 20% off. Trustandwill.com.
Hey, Jacob. Good to see you, buddy.
Listen carefully. Silver prices have experienced a historic surge, and industry experts predict silver could climb even higher. Right now, the gold and silver markets may be offering investors a second chance at history. Contact Advantage Gold now when you dial pound 250 and use the keyword free book to get your free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem, plus your free precious metals rollover guide. Silver is a high liquidity, tangible, and affordable precious metal investment. It often outperforms gold in economic upturns. If you have an IRA or 401k, you can act now. Roll over a portion into a tax-advantaged gold and silver IRA.
Yeah, he's been putting on some good streams.
Contact Advantage Gold now when you dial pound 250 and say free book and find out how you can get a tax and penalty-free rollover for a portion of your retirement funds for 2026. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Dial pound 250 and use the keyword free book. That's pound 250.
I don't know why these fucking tickets keep coming.
Conservative principles live here. Resources taking swift action to law enforcement. American consumers.
Be right back.
XM Patriot Channel 125.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Pete Peters in Washington. Indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran concluded after some 3 hours today, mediated by Oman. Correspondent Haya Panjwani reports.
The U.S. and Iran held their second round of talks about Iran's nuclear program in Geneva. As Iran said, it'll close the Strait of Hormuz for several hours. That's for live-fire military exercises as the U.S. ramps up its military forces in the region. This is the first time that Iran has closed parts of the strait, an essential international waterway, since the U.S. began threatening Iran with military action. Iran previously held a live fire drill in the Strait of Hormuz several weeks ago, but it didn't announce closures. I'm Haya Punjwani.
China is protesting the U.S. proposal to sending arms to the Philippines. Correspondent Lisa Dwyer reports.
The United States plans to deploy more high-tech missile systems to the Philippines as part of a joint security plan this year between the two longtime allies to help deter China's aggressive actions in the South China Sea. U.S. and Philippine officials held annual talks Monday in Manila on broadening security, economic engagements, and boosting collaboration with regional security allies. In 2024, the U.S. installed a mid-range missile system in the northern Philippines called the Typhoon and an anti-ship missile launcher last year. China says the U.S. systems are a threat to regional stability and demanded that they be removed. The Philippines has rejected that demand. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
On Wall Street today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up by 32 points. The Nasdaq rose by 31. The S&P 500 advanced 7. Oil down 64 cents to $62.25 a barrel. More at townhall.com.
Listen carefully. Silver prices have experienced a historic surge, breaking above the $100 per ounce threshold for the first time, and industry experts predict silver could climb even higher. It's not too late for you to benefit from the surge in silver. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 to get our free gold and silver investment guide. Plus, you'll also receive a free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Debt is rising, currencies are under pressure, and investors are looking for real assets, not paper promises. That's why so many Americans are turning to physical gold and silver with Advantage Gold. Historically, when silver starts moving, it can move fast and aggressively. This isn't about guessing tops or bottoms. It's about understanding risk and positioning before momentum accelerates. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 and find out how you can get a tax and penalty-free rollover for a portion of your retirement funds for 2026. Results vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
The late actor Robert Duvall is remembered.
Duvall won his Academy Award for Best Actor in the 1983 film Tender Mercies, portraying the redemptive journey of a recovering alcoholic country singer, Max Sledge, including a scene of his character's baptism. According to Focus on the Family, Charles Colson named Tender Mercies his 12th film on the list of top 50 every Christian should see. Duvall also played a darker, sinful, charismatic Pentecostal preacher in The Apostle of Euless Sonny Dewey. Duvall said, "I don't necessarily agree with the character, but yet I had to portray him accurately and broadly." In 2003, Duvall played Robert E. Lee in Gods and Generals. Christian reviewer Ted Baer praised the Civil War epic, saying, "Prayers are sincere and heartfelt. References to Scripture are constantly invoked." Robert Duvall passed away Sunday peacefully at his Virginia home at age 95. George Williams reporting.
News and analysis at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters.
Is your old bathroom more like a chore than a relaxing retreat? Transform that old space into a spa-like sanctuary in as little as one day with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Jacuzzi offers a variety of affordable custom designs tailored to your style and budget needs. And with our safety-focused features, you won't have to sacrifice beauty for peace of mind. Jacuzzi Bath Remodels are designed to fit your existing space, and we do it right. More than just a liner, we go down to the studs using only top-quality materials. Act now, and Jacuzzi Bath Remodel will include free fixtures plus a free shower door and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free design consultation and quote. Call 800-384-6115. That's 800-384-6115. 800-384-6115. With purchase and installation, financing through third-party lenders, subject to credit approval. No interest and no payments if paid in full within 12 months. Interest charged from purchase date if not paid in full. Not all will qualify. Call dealer for details.
Guys, if you want the greatest night of your life, I mean your best night ever, then you gotta hear this. There's a great ED pill out, and it's from the makers of Viagra. It's their ED pill called Viagra AGV, and it's unbelievable. It works super fast in as little as 12 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Plus, it's FDA approved and safe. You need to try it for yourself. It's unreal what it does to you. Viagra AGV crushes every other ED pill, and it's endorsed by the head of urology at the prestigious Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Beverly Hills, Dr. Dudley Danoff. Every man alive needs to try this amazing, remarkable Viagra AGV pill at least once. It's beyond belief. Then you'll know why men are going crazy over it. So if you want to have the most incredible night of your life, you can't miss this. Go to scoreblue.com and try it while supplies last. Go to scoreblue.com, scoreblue.com. That's scoreblue.com. Viagra AGV is available only at scoreblue.com by prescription, no doctor visit.
Now when you come in to your city, wanna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a tailliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin, you ain't come along. Are aliens real? They're real, but I haven't seen them.
And the so-called say that is like Jim Crow 2.0. They don't want poor people to vote. They don't want people of color to vote because they often don't vote for them.
Well, the United Nations still has tremendous potential to be a tool for good in the world. But we cannot ignore that today, on the most pressing matters before us, it has no answers and has played virtually no role.
Freedom is back in style. Welcome to the revolution.
Yeah. Longest receipt for one thing.
More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold, inspired solutions for America. Stay right here for our final news roundup and information overload.
News roundup and information overload hour. Here's a toll-free number. It's 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. Earlier in the program, we were talking with former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, and how important this midterm is. And
I think I know where this is.
To make this a choice election. Democrats want open borders.
Construction
amnesty. They don't want voter ID. They want to defund ICE. They want to defund the police. They want no bail laws. They want climate alarmism. And they voted for the largest tax cut in history. And I'm just the tip of the iceberg as they cling to climate alarmism and have no problem
raise the cows for
higher prices for energy.
It's actually some kind of chicken tenders
no
and
doubt in my mind, one of the bigger issues, and Democrats
and Alfredo
think they're going to win this. Defunding ICE, defunding the Department of Homeland Security is not going to go well for them. Because I can tell you that their own words are now coming back.
Guy was literally just around the corner.
Let's go back to Barack Obama,
with traffic,
who deported, used ICE to deport all these illegal immigrants. Democrats didn't care then because they couldn't use it as a political weapon against Donald Trump. You know, making the case for deportation, controlling our borders, and calling for tougher immigration laws and enforcement.
We all agree on the need to better secure the border and to punish employers who choose to hire illegal immigrants. We are a generous and welcoming people here in the United States, but those who enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disregard for those who are following the law. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants.
Not one word out of Obama when the 4 years of Biden allowed 12 plus million unvetted illegals, but we were being told over and over again, the border's closed, the border's secure. It was the great big lie. Among them, terrorists, known murderers, rapists, child molesters, other violent criminals, cartel members, gang members. You know, I brought up these statistics earlier, and I brought it up yesterday.
Light industrial park here, man. It gets busy.
It's
rush hour.
Again,
everybody leaving anyway.
You know, if you look at, look at the news today, 27 illegal alien gangbangers now charged with a double murder, kidnapping, and sex trafficking case. CBS News now admitting that over 2,100 illegal aliens arrested for murdering Americans in 2025, including and acknowledging CBS did 5,400 illegals arrested last year for raping or sexually assaulting Americans. And with all the talk about, ICE doing their job, taking on the most violent criminals that Biden
done nothing but
has let into this country. Not a peep out of them. I don't even think one Democrat can name one of the victims that I just referred to. Not one. Here's Chuck Schumer back in the day, sounding like Donald Trump.
Let's admit the truth. Everywhere people go, they're asked for a social security card. In fact, one way to prove you're a bona fide person who can have a job is to ask for a driver's license and a social security card. This is an anti-fraud amendment. Over where we go, people say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants or others from coming here? And the number one answer we give our constituents is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud.
Jim Crow 2.0 is what he's now saying. Very different Chuck Schumer from back in the day. I think you know where this is going. This is all good. And now Republicans have succeeded.
Nuts. What's the pin?
5499. Nationwide proof of citizenship voter ID bill. Now the Senate is going to take it up. We have 50 Republican senators that have signed on to it.
Of course, it's saying, because I'm not in the middle of the address, it's saying I'm not there.
There's absolutely zero way to get back there.
No, I'm just going to say that I am here, just that the pin's wrong. So.
Okay. If you have to take a picture of me with the bag, that's fine.
Here to discuss the vote that will take place about sanctuary cities and states.
All right, what was the pin again?
5499.
Usually if I do the pin, I don't have to. Yep. All right, man.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy. Smells good.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Thank you.
The things we've accomplished that we told them we were going to do. Tell them what we've done, but then also remind them that if you put Democrats back in control, that will be back to those crazy left-wing policies. So that's what I think.
Oh, well, but you know, you're great at giving out a list, and so's Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich wrote a really good piece how Republicans should study Truman and Bush, and never give up, outwork your opponent, talk to people bluntly, describe your opponent based on the truth about their positions, the radical positions.
Ooh, another good order.
In this country.
Carabas.
Never allow campaigns to be a referendum on the administration,
525.
and mobilize a coalition. Now, on the issues, these are all 80-20 issues, 70-30 issues, 90-10 issues. And why aren't more Republicans in the House and Senate as passionate and articulate as you are? Because it's annoying to me.
Well, I think they are, and you're certainly doing a great job. But
This is Jim Jordan.
You're being gracious. I think you're a lot nicer than I am.
Think about this. Almost a third of the country, Sean, now lives in a jurisdiction that is a sanctuary jurisdiction. So 18 cities, 11 states, 3 counties, and the District of Columbia. 31.5% of the population of our great country, almost a third, live where when an illegal migrant has been charged with some other crime and is in a jail or in a detention center, ICE will send them a detainer notice saying, if you're going to let this guy out, give us a heads up. Just give us a call. We'll come and arrest him there. We'll come and detain him there. We'll take him and put him in our custody because he's supposed to go out of the country. There's been a final order of removal from a judge to get him out of the country. And instead, in these sanctuary jurisdictions, they will release him to the streets. In Minneapolis alone, 460 times last year, they did that very thing. In New York State, 7,000 times last year. Over the country, throughout the country, it's been over 17,000 that we know of. And many times, these guys will do what you were just describing. They will be released and they will go out and commit a crime.
Well, and the rhinos conceded.
Legislation to address sanctuary jurisdictions.
That was nothing but lies. You'd be able to keep your own doctor. Rates were going to go down. Blah blah blah.
By a bad guy that they let out. That family should have some private right of action to deal with the damages that were caused to them or their family. That is the kind of bill that makes good common sense. And you watch, every single Democrat will be against it. But that's the issue. You go tell the American people, do you think it's appropriate
for
left-wing people to tell their local sheriff, their local police chief, don't work with federal law enforcement?
Ernie,
instead,
come on over to
let the
Rumble.
bad guy out on the street
where he will do harm. And he first came to this country illegally, and he's done other things. That is stupid. So that's what we're going to pass next week out of our committee and help show this craziness that the left is now embracing.
Okay, do you think Democrats will vote against it?
I don't know why they're
Do you
supposed to
think
be jump
they'll
on the freeway and
force
get right back off
citizen
again?
states? Because tell me what part of that is not obstructing justice. What part of that delineation, that distinction, is not aiding and abetting in lawbreaking?
Great point, but I think they will vote against it because you just heard it's all politics. Because you heard the common sense things that former President Obama was saying. You even heard Chuck Schumer say some things that made some sense. But now he's calling it Jim Crow 2.0, whatever. I mean, it's ridiculous. And think about this too. Remember when it was reversed? Remember a few years ago, Clay Travis made this point. I thought it was right on target. A few years ago when he said that in Texas, the people in Texas said, we're going to take action as a state and secure our border. And the federal government, the Biden administration sued him and said, no, you can't do it. But now local jurisdictions are saying, we're not going to work with federal law enforcement to enforce immigration. You can't have it both ways. So this is another point I think we need to make in the course of this midterm campaign.
Pretty good pasta.
Let the country know we're the party of common sense. They're the party of crazy.
Oh, they're definitely the party of crazy. When you look at polls now, I think they're meaningless. I don't think that you can really poll a current administration. I don't think the issues have been defined in the minds of the American people. I don't think the economy is even begun what I believe will be the golden age in 2-3 quarters into this year. I think we're going to be seeing massive economic growth and a huge impact. We already see it in people's paychecks. We already see it with people getting more money back from the IRS this year. You know, a couple of $1,000s more on average per person. That's a lot of money. We already see gas prices down, inflation coming down, interest rates coming down, the price of goods and services coming down, especially because of the energy policies of the president. So I don't think the conditions that exist on the ground currently are going to be the conditions that we're going to be voting in November.
You know, I think you're right. It turns out the old Reagan principle is true, and President Trump understands this. When you let families keep more of their money, good things happen. Good things happen for the family. Good things happen for our overall economy. Last quarter was like 4.4% growth, record level growth. I think we could get to 5 or 6. That would be tremendous. The Dow is at record high. Interest rates are coming down, as you point out. Inflation's coming down. So all those things begin to really kick in, and new families, young families looking to buy that first home. That's when it makes that. That's when you can feel it. Like, oh, okay, now we can afford to do that. That's what we need to focus on. I think that is going to happen based on what President Trump with his leadership, what we all did in the big beautiful bill.
You see, I think you get to a 4% 30-year fixed rate mortgage, then I think you see sale of pre-existing homes go through the roof. I think you see new home construction, begin to flourish. And I think America then you see economic activity that we've not been seeing for many years because of, extraordinarily high inflation, interest rates, et cetera. And now that we're getting control of inflation, interest rates coming down, gas prices coming down, that's all making a difference in people's lives. Gas prices in particular, because that impacts every item you buy at every store you go to.
And part of this campaign, I think, Sean, is, again, to remind the voters, if you put them back in charge, you go back to the old stuff, the record inflation, all the spending that caused that record inflation. You go back to higher taxes. You go back to the left wanting open borders, the left not wanting their local jurisdictions to work with federal. You go back to all those crazy left-wing policies. I think modern-day campaigns, you got to tell them what we've done, but you also, again, as I said before, you have to remind the voters how crazy the left is, and that's what's coming if they're back in charge.
All right, quick break. More with the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, on the other side. Then your calls, 800-941-SEAN, if you want to be a part of the program.
The world is awake and watching President Trump's every move. I will fight for you. And they're well rested, too, after 4 years of Sleepy Joe. This is the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Slater.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you can start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-611-8892. 800-611-8892. 800-611-8892.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Let's be honest. The hearing aid industry is broken. Overpriced clinics, pushy appointments, bills of $5,000 or more. That's the trap they hope you fall into. Don't let it happen. Audion Hearing is the escape. Their FDA-registered hearing aids cost just a fraction of the big brands, starting at only $98. Instead of paying as much as $5,000 plus all the doctor appointments and wasted time, you get what you need with no prescriptions, no office visits, no time wasted, and no crazy price tag. Call 800-400-HERE. That's HEAR. Audion's cutting-edge devices are rechargeable, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. Try them risk-free for 45 days with lifetime support and real human help just a phone call away. Over 1 million people have already said yes to Audion Hearing. Join them. Don't let them take advantage of you. Break free from the trap. Call now. 800-400-HERE. That's HEAR for a very special offer. 800-400-HEAR or 800-400-4327.
Are you a successful individual looking for alternative income opportunities? Does your portfolio reflect your success? With TrueTrade Private Client Services, you can transform your portfolio into an AI-driven income powerhouse with significantly higher earning potential, built-in risk management, and the freedom to spend your time on the things that truly matter. Our patented institutional-grade AI trading platform is of the same technology trusted by top-performing hedge funds, yet it's accessible right from your smartphone with no prior investing or trading experience required. With TrueTrade, you take back control using technology engineered to fund your lifestyle, seed new ventures, or compound into long-term wealth. You've worked hard to reach this level of success. Now it's time to live the lifestyle you deserve. Are you ready to step up your cash flow? Visit TrueTrade.io. That's TrueTrade.io. Again, that's TrueTrade.io. Or download the TrueTrade app on iOS or Android. TrueTrade, where technology earns for you. See terms and conditions.
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely.
Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing is too risky. But sitting on the sidelines is not an option, because one thing is almost certain. Your competitors are already making their move. No more waiting. With NetSuite by Oracle, you can put AI to work today. NetSuite is the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses. It's the unified suite that brings your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM into a single source of truth. That connected data is what makes your AI smarter, so it doesn't just guess, it knows. And you've got total flexibility, because now with NetSuite AI Connector, you can use the AI of your choice to connect to your actual business data and ask every question you ever had, from key customers to cash on hand to inventory trends. Plus, automate those tiresome manual processes. Let's see your competitors do that. Right now, get the business guide Demystifying AI free at netsuite.com/nation. That's netsuite.com/nation.
This is Sirius XM Patriot, channel 125.
Continue now. He is the chairman of the all-powerful House Judiciary Committee, Congressman Jim Jordan. Yes, we do need a vote on an up or down vote on sanctuary cities and states. So do you think you can get Republicans on message? And I don't think it's a complicated message. They don't want voter ID. They want open borders. They want amnesty. They want to defund ICE, defund the police. They don't want bail laws. They want higher energy prices, quote, the cost of democracy, Kamala called it. I think people, can learn that simple mantra of Jim Jordan and the list of Jim Jordan and go out there and fight for it.
I do, and I think you're right. Just keep it simple and tell them that. And frankly, maybe remind them what happened already. Now we saw this past fall with the new mayor in New York. Remember the mayor's now famous line, and I think this is something we should remind him of too. He said we're going to replace rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. I mean, I told a group the other day, I've been to what was the Soviet Union. I wrestled and competed there way back almost 40 years ago. There is no warmth in the Soviet Union, particularly when you're there in February. It was like 400 below zero in Moscow, I remember. It was the most cold place ever. Like, that's what they want to talk about. That's their champion. Like the Zoran Mamdani is going to talk about collectivism. So I think, again, we remind the left of all those things, or remind the country of where the left is on all those issues. And that's how we.
Well, I have a last question. Did you win your match in the former Soviet Union?
I won a couple, but I lost more than I won over there on that trip. I'll have to be honest, but yeah, those guys know how to wrestle over there too. That's for darn sure. But
I don't know. They're kind of known for jacking people up with human growth hormone and testosterone. I'm not so sure it was a fair fight, but you never know.
You go to places.
Just rumor has it.
And you thank the good Lord you live here. You really do.
You do. I'm sure.
Trying to do it. You know this better than anyone, Sean. It's an amazing country. It's the greatest country ever. And that's another thing I think is important for us to tell voters is we want to maintain this and protect the promises this country has always given its citizens. And if the left prevails, they will destroy this idea that if you got a goal, you got a dream, and you work hard, good things happen. That's what they will undermine with their crazy policies.
All right, Jim Jordan, chairman of the all-powerful House Judiciary Committee. Sir, thank you. We appreciate it. Please come on often. 800-941-SEAN is our number if you want to be a part of the program. Listen, unfortunately, evil does exist. You hear about it every single day. I mentioned CBS even acknowledged that, the 2,100 homicides of American citizens by illegals in 2025, 5,400 rapes and other sexual assaults just in 2025, illegals against Americans, and more Americans than ever before want safety and security, and they are turning to Sig Sauer. That is my weapon of choice, and especially with this surge in first-time gun buyers, rather. I first would recommend you get training and safety courses. I gave that advice to Linda years ago, and she's come a long way. I'm very proud of her. The great thing about Sig Sauer, they have a 270-year history of precision, craftsmanship, quality, reliability. Sig Sauer is the choice of the U.S. military for a reason. They're the best. It's made in America. It's an American company, and every single Sig Sauer firearm is made in beautiful New Hampshire. It is the largest manufacturing employer in the live free or die state of New Hampshire. And look, if that moment comes and gun, I carry the P365 every day, then Sig Sauer. Buy American. It's made at sigsauer.com/Hannity. If you go there, they'll give you a discount and a list of dealers where you live at sigsauer.com. immigration. But I'm also pro background checks. We need to make sure you don't have radical associations. Simple. We got to do a health check. We have to make sure you will not be a financial burden on the American people. And if you meet that criteria and you come in legally, welcome to the country. Any city or state that is aiding and abetting in the law breaking needs to pay a very dear price. And yes, if innocent citizens are victimized because of these politicians and their policies that, in my view, by definition, are aiding and abetting in law breaking, they should pay the price.
Yeah, what a fucking nightmare, dude. 20 minutes after the pickup time, they finally walk out with the order. They knew I was pissed, too. I didn't say anything, but there was no point in it.
Hi, Sean. The first time calling, and I'm going to give you a compliment.
All right, fine. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I'll take it. Linda will never give me a compliment. I'll take it whenever I get it.
Oh, my friends. During President Trump's first term, many would ask me what accomplishments were his. And I touted your list all the time. And I want to thank you. That was an excellent tool against the naysayers.
Well, I'm giving you the preliminary list.
8 minutes away, fucking 3.3 miles.
With your friends.
Dude, I was so mad. People were walking out with 4 bags of stuff. And I was there 2 minutes before the pickup time and then waited another fucking almost 25 minutes.
Democrats want to defund ICE.
What a waste of fucking time and money, dude. That shit pisses me off. Yeah, I could have done another order in that fucking time.
Democrats voted for the largest tax.
You know, don't say it's going to be ready at a certain time if it's not.
I think it's the cost of democracy to pay higher energy prices because they are climate alarmists, and none of their predictions ever come true. That is my opening salvo. And if everybody listening to this show could just pledge to me one thing, pledge in your own heart, your own mind, and your own soul, that if you do one thing this year, it's going to be you are going to get out and vote. And these are the issues that define the philosophical differences between conservatism and liberalism. That's what's on the ballot this November. And not only that, it's whether President Trump's progress continues, whether the country...
Well, I was messaging him. She didn't reply, but...
Never-ending state of...
I did what I could do.
Does that help you?
Integrity. I think you should tout a lot. The common sense cliche. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you want to vote that badly, you're going to find your driver's license or anything else you need to vote. So I want everybody to keep touting that. Where there's a will, there's a way. Am I right or wrong?
There's always, if there's a will, there's a way. We're Americans, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but
we live in the greatest country God gave man. The greatest gift God gave man. And you know what? Every single generation.
I told her I was waiting.
Up to the challenges.
She gets a notification as soon as I start heading that way. So a lot of times I'll give them an ETA, but
now it's our turn.
I'm not going to waste my time typing it. I'm going to be there.
The way we found it, the way our parents did, the way our grandparents did, the way
be there in 6 minutes.
Previous generations did. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you.
It's frustrating, man.
800-941-SEAN is our number. You want to be a part of the program. Born on America's darkest day, 9/11/01. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation, they have been helping American heroes ever since. And when a first responder, military service member doesn't come home, young children left behind, Tunnel to Towers
smells good too, man. Both orders so far but smell awesome.
On the family home that lifts a huge financial burden on these families. For catastrophically injured veterans, first responders, Tunnel to Towers, they build mortgage-free smart homes, enabling severely injured heroes to live independent lives. They have their foundation's homeless veterans program. Tunnel to Towers provides housing and services for homeless vets, and there are a lot of them. And the foundation is helping America to never forget 9/11 and the heroes through hundreds of events all across the nation.
Well, I get graded on my interaction with them as well, with the store. So, yeah, the store can pretty much kill me. So, all I got to do is put in the app exactly what's going on and keep them updated.
Hope you'll join us supporting the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Their mission to do good and never forget 9/11 or the sacrifices of America's.
I mean, they weren't even that busy in there. That's what was pissing me off. They had 3 receptionists just sitting up front giggling together.
website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter
Waitresses just wandering around. I mean, it's about a third of the way full. That's, to me, that's not a busy restaurant. If I own a restaurant, I want it more full than that.
When fake news gives you lies, Hannity supplies the truth. Sean Hannity is on right now.
Tired of that outdated bath or shower but dread the cost and hassle of a lengthy remodel? Let Jacuzzi Bath Remodel come to the rescue with the perfect bathroom remodel at a price you can afford.
Well, I mean, like I said, the only thing that's upsetting is this delay doesn't change my tip. And it makes, I know the customer knows it's not my fault while I'm texting her saying, hey, still waiting for the order.
Family bath that's functional and stylish. With a Jacuzzi Bath Remodel, you can enjoy your personalized bath or shower installed in as little as 1 day. Act now, a Jacuzzi Bath Remodel will include free fixtures, plus a free shower door, and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. To schedule your free design consultation and quote, call now. Call 800-384-5277. That's 800-384-5277. 800-384-5277. Purchase and installation financing from third-party lenders, subject to credit approval. No interest and no payments paid in full in 12 months. Interest charged from purchase date not paid in full. Not all will qualify. Call dealer for details.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports, even your...
Yeah, I do too. I only need a few more to round up my numbers. But you've been down this road. See that speed hump. Speed hump. Hey, Carney.
You can trust. Call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-611-8892. 800-611-8892. 800-611-8892. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Selling your home with Ready, R-E-D-Y. Real estate agents will pay you upfront for your listing. $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, just for a chance to sell your home. Why would they pay
Road hump.
agent? Well, your listing is really valuable. So, if an agent is smart, they'll go in ready and offer you cash up front to get it. And you do want a smart
What
agent,
address?
right? So when you're ready to
14. What is the
give
address?
us the basic information about your property. We'll know
2208.
all those smart
Next one.
agents who signed up on Ready, and in 48 hours, they'll be competing for a chance to sell your home. Chat with them. Choose the best one. Get paid.
Be right back.
Extra dollars in your pocket, and it's still day one. Smart agents. Get paid extra just to be an agent. Go to ready.com, REDY.com, or call 888-886.
My dad passed away at the age of 63. He was in great health. Out of nowhere, had a stroke. And super hard, obviously, for the family, but my dad had life insurance. So even after he passed away, he was still able to provide for my mom. And of course, by extension, my brother and I. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife, and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com. Because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test. Just a few health questions. 10 minutes. You're covered. Your family is covered. You get $2 a day. That's a $10 policy for 35 years healthy non-smoking male. We don't like to talk about death in our culture, but everyone's going to die. You are going to die. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos. ETHOS. Ethos.com/Slater. Rates may vary, billed monthly. Ethos.com/Slater.
Channel 125 and on the Sirius XM app.
And that's going to wrap things up today. We are loaded up tonight Republicans now on offense, demanding a vote on not only voter ID and proof of citizenship, but now a vote on sanctuary cities and states. I think this is smart. We are officially on Iran watch as the Iranians fire missiles into the Straits of Hormuz and are saber-rattling. The search for Nancy Guthrie continues. We'll update you on that story tonight with Nancy Grace and Harvey Levin. Also, Jonathan Hunt out in Tucson. News you'll never get from the legacy media mob. 9 Eastern, set your DVR tonight. Hannity on Fox. We'll see you then. Back here tomorrow. Thank you for making this show possible.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it.
So I'm not listening to Mark Levin because I found another channel that's close.
Electronic Payments Coalition. Or earn better than your current regimen, they'll give you a refund within the first year. Go to Vibrance.com/Dr. Laura to save up to 37% off.
I think this is the end of her show.
Spelled VIBRIANCE. Vibrance.com/Dr. Laura.
Will King. One guy. Two hats. All heart.
Today, we keep Washington honest from the middle of America. This is a place where we dig deeper. I want to know the real story.
Watch and listen to the real deal.
The heart of the matter from the heart of America.
Watch The Will King Show live from Texas. Weekdays at 4 on the Fox News Channel. And listen anytime to Will King Country.
Have you ever heard a call on the Dr. Laura program that really resonated with you? Did it help you improve something in your life or address an important situation? I want to hear about that one call you've heard over the years that really stands out for you. And you don't have to call in to tell me about it. You can simply share your story by sending me an email to drlaura@drlaura.com. So give it some thought. Send me your story by emailing drlaura@drlaura.com.
SiriusXM Triumph. Get real answers. Dr. Laura.
No nonsense advice about relationships, marriage, kids.
Tough love.
It happened is not a phrase anybody uses when they take responsibility.
Inspiration.
Every time you go to bed with a negative thought, you have to match it up with a positive one. That's your new rule.
Dr. Laura. Plus, Glenn Beck, Nancy Grace, and Dave Ramsey. All on Triumph. SiriusXM 123. And on the SiriusXM app.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy Guthrie, missing day 17. How did this guy, seemingly amateurish, yanking up foliage to put over the door can, wearing a polyester gun holster hanging down around his crotch? How has this guy managed to elude law enforcement, including the FBI? Is Nancy Guthrie still alive? If so, what is she enduring?
Probably not.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace.
When heinous crimes go unsolved.
The perpetrator evaded detection for decades.
But cannot be forgotten.
We've got a whole new field of opportunity.
Bloodline Detectives, hosted by Nancy Grace.
The roots of reggae have a home on SiriusXM. Bob Marley's Tough Gun Radio. Music from Bob's lifelong legacy and the music his family continues to make. Bring the islands with you anytime.
Bob Marley's Tough Gun Radio.
SiriusXM, Channel 19. And at home with the SiriusXM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Are you romantically in love with your cell phone carrier? Heart emoji. I've never heard anyone say that they love paying over $1,000 a year for cell service. Chuck McDowell here to save you money and find true love with Red Pocket Mobile. Forget everything you think you know about cell carriers. Red Pocket Mobile has reinvented cell phone service with better coverage, better rates, and better service. With premium 5G plans starting at just $10 a month, you're guaranteed the best combination of service and pricing, period. Plus, Red Pocket gives you not one, but all three major 5G networks to choose from for the best coverage ever. And you get to keep your phone and number. Now that's something to fall in love with. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Switch now and get one locked-in low price. 3 5G networks and live customer care in less than 2 minutes. Go to redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com, redpocket.com.
Take a moment and think of one thing that you really wanted to do recently, but you didn't because your foot, leg, or back pain got in the way. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and that's why we're here, to help you get back out there. Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store are designed to alleviate foot, knee, hip, and back pain, plus provide improved balance, more comfort, and, well, a better life. Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-941-2255. 800-941-2255.
You can argue opinions all day long, but you can't argue results. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, founder of Rough Greens. And for years, the big pet food companies have told you that their kibble has everything your dog needs. But here's the truth. That bag of food is cooked at such high temperatures, it's dead food. And when you feed dead food day in and day out, the fallout is itchy skin, achy joints, no energy, and endless trips to the vet. But when you add Rough Greens, you get the live vitamins, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, and antioxidants that your dog needs. It's not marketing hype. That's real results. Senior dogs are running around like puppies. Skin problems, finally finding relief. And even the pickiest eaters are licking their bowl clean. That's proof the industry can't deny. I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to see it for yourself. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Use discount code PROOF. That's RUFF Greens. Discount code PROOF.
If your goals this year include getting healthier, you should start by taking a closer look at your water.
Let's do this.
Promise to find out how many impurities are in tap water. Everything from viruses to lead, PFAS,
Large cornbread,
and other contaminants. No one wants that. What you do want is healthy drinking water. And it
see how far away we are.
Aquasana water filters
8 minutes. All right, we can do that.
Healthier, odor-free, great-tasting water. You'll enjoy an immediate difference.
Low paying order,
With
but that's
everything
okay.
from whole house systems to under-sink units, Aquasana's high-performance water filtration systems are low-maintenance and eco-friendly. Aquasana has more than 15,000 five-star reviews from customers like you who want to drink with confidence. Visit Aquasana.com today and use promo code SXN to get up to 50% off select systems. That's AQUASANA.com. Promo code SXN for up to 50% off. Aquasana, a healthier you starts with healthier water.
Hip hop's legacy lives in its many voices. Celebrate Black History Month with an exclusive SiriusXM channel that takes you through decades of the culture. The 500 most essential rap tracks of all time.
Oh no, it was Pizza Hut. Yeah, they were ready. He was bagging up the wings just when I got there. I was like, perfect, man. I just waited for an extra 25 minutes at Carrabba's.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. It's been 2 weeks since Mom was taken. We still have hope. We still believe.
What do you believe in, man?
To whoever has her or knows where she is, it's never too late. As we go to air tonight, a blue flight technology, a very sophisticated technology to detect low-frequency Bluetooth waves, is being used, hopefully, to find some evidence of Nancy Guthrie's
heart monitor, her pacemaker. This as reports of the match to the single glove found. As we hear DNA will link to the DNA found in the home. How do they know that? Is that inaccurate? Is that overstating? Again, with me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we are learning now. To Dave Mack joining us,
She's doing good.
Investigative reporter. Dave Mack, tell me about the blue fly technology.
Sunday was very exciting for me. I got to meet the man who birthed me, and two half brothers and two half sisters that they never knew about. So forgot to get a picture with the brothers, but I got a picture with my dad and sisters.
Hold on. Did you say two?
And the boys had already left. I was like, "Fuck!" Forgot to get a picture.
Array? Yes. I didn't understand that. That is significant. Hold on, Dave Mack. Brian Fitzgibbons is joining us, Director of Operations, USPA Nationwide Security, leading a team of investigators around the world to find missing people. Also, former Marine and Iraqi war vet. Fitz, thank you for being with us tonight. Now, hold on. 2 football fields away. That is news to me. Tell me how that works.
Yeah, so we've actually learned in recent days, and fellow former Marine Dave Kennedy, and cybersecurity expert, has posted and shared this publicly, that he's created an integration with an amplifier, a larger antenna, basically that gives the sniffer a bigger nose. So when these Bluetooth low energy signals are typically only read.
Okay, Fitz, I'm just a trial lawyer. Faddis and I are just trial lawyers. Dr. Jerry Lynn Utter is with us. She's a shrink. Joe Scott Morgan is a blood expert, death investigator, in Dave Mack's report. You need to slow down so us mere mortals can understand what you just said, okay? If you don't mind starting.
Nancy Grace is funny.
So in a nutshell, we've learned in the last day or two from Dave Kennedy on X, cybersecurity expert.
Yeah, it was a pretty good meeting. I'll say that.
The ability to amplify with an antenna that Bluetooth sniffer. So when the range would typically be 25 to 30 feet for Nancy's pacemaker, he's gotten that nose to be bigger on the sniffer, where it's sniffing these signals up to 800 feet, which obviously makes the ability for this search to happen much greater. In essence, what this technology, the advancements that's happened inside of this case that we've learned about, is they're able to amplify that signal. Okay, so with an antenna, they're able to look farther away. So typically these PLE devices like Nancy's pacemaker would only be communicating at 25 to 30 feet. Now, law enforcement has a range of more like 600 to 800 feet. So that's going to make the possibility of locating Nancy much greater.
Fitz, look at your screen. Right there, I think the guy, by the way, this is from our friends at Fox News, who shared this with us. If I could see that again, please. It looked to me like he was holding it in his lap. I was trying to see where it is attached to the helicopter. It looks to me like he's holding it. Would that make sense, Fitzgibbons?
I believe that they had it strapped onto one of the skids on that helicopter, and he may be holding a device that's helping to see the location of these pings, these signals that they're getting. But I'm pretty certain that they had affixed it.
Let's see the video again. Let's see if he's right. I bet he is, that it's attached to one of the skids. Guys, our friends from Fox News shared this with us. We're looking for the blue fly technology. And yeah, I think you're right, Fitz. I think you're absolutely correct. So let's see what it actually looks like, what the device looks like. Now, what you're seeing right now, we believe drones were then used.
All right, I'll be right back.
Drones were used, is my understanding. Dave Mack, yes, no. Was the blue fly then attached to drones so they could get lower to the ground?
Yeah, at first they were using helicopters, flying grid patterns. Then they switched to drones after 4 days.
Okay, back to Brian Fitzgibbons. So, wow, Dave, they've been doing this now for at least 5 days. Okay, Brian, if you could very slowly educate us on the blue fly technology again. It's been around for a while, but you don't hear it openly discussed. The FBI had to bring this in. I do not think local law enforcement nanos had it. So, again, very slowly for us, many people just are learning about it. Tell me again.
Yeah, so this technology began as a pretty high-end defense technology. And then they found with it a search and rescue application quite some time ago. And then they began to use it in search and rescue scenarios, missing hikers, skiers, things like that, that they believe had.
It started how?
So this was originally just a cybersecurity tech used in the defense industry to find and locate any surreptitious devices that were emitting radio frequencies in or near.
Such as what?
This would be, foreign national governments trying to listen in or capture information in or around Department of Defense or intelligence facilities. And this tech would sniff that.
Put him up. I need to look at you while you're saying this. Okay, I knew about blue fly, but I didn't know that. Okay, it started with cybersecurity tech used in the defense industry to find surreptitious devices, such as those used by foreign national governments trying to listen in. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I'm having to, since all this happened, I've completely restructured my family tree.
Are not, allowed to be.
All the cousins and stuff that I hung around with when I was a kid, they're not even blood related to me.
Application for it, or new application for it in the search and rescue space. So they
I still consider them cousins.
Methodology in the same use case.
They were from the
devices.
My dad, my dad's
and
side.
That's where you've seen
the father who never knew I existed till August.
Kind of in the mainstream
has a bit of a family himself. I was just starting to learn some of it.
Such as?
You have the missing hiker, missing skier, missing persons that have devices on them. This is not the first time that this has been used. I think what's novel here is, what I had spoken about that cybersecurity expert Dave Kennedy has found is the ability to amplify that to increase the range. That's the breakthrough here with Nancy's case.
What kind of devices would a hiker or a skier have on them that the blue fly could pick up?
So this could be anything like an AirTag, Bluetooth headphones, any type of hearing aid, pacemaker, a cell phone certainly. If the battery life were still on, it's any type of device on the periphery that's connecting, with a computer, with a medical device, anything like that.
Wow, that was a lot of information.
The songs and stories that ignite imaginations.
Shared from generation to generation.
Together on one channel, Disney Hits.
Music from classic animated films and favorites from today.
Share the magic of Disney Hits.
Channel 133 on most radios and at home with the SiriusXM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices. Tired of that outdated bath or shower but dread the cost and hassle of a lengthy remodel? Let Jacuzzi Bath Remodel come to the rescue with the perfect bathroom remodel at a price you can afford. Maybe stepping over that high bathtub feels unsafe, or you want to add a beautiful bath your whole family can enjoy. Whether it's a safer, easy entry shower complete with grab bars and a custom seat to a beautiful spa-like family bath that's functional and stylish. With a Jacuzzi Bath Remodel, you can enjoy your personalized bath or shower installed in as little as 1 day. Act now and Jacuzzi Bath Remodel will include free fixtures plus a free shower door and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. To schedule your free design consultation and quote, call now. Call 800-384-5520. That's 800-384-5520. 800-384-5520. With purchase and installation,
Grape leaf.
subject to credit approval. No interest and no
Next order.
in 12 months. Interest charged for purchase date not being full. Not all will qualify. Call dealer for details.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-513-2326. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-513-2326. 800-513-2326. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-513-2326 or visit biglou.com. That's 800-513-2326 or biglou.com.
Weight Watchers now offers access to affordable GLP-1s. It works for members like, I'm Haley, and I've lost 100 pounds. Weight Watchers has everything I need, from weight loss medications to nutrition support and help with my side effects. It's all in one place. Weight Watchers handles the insurance for you and offers affordable cash pay options. With our program, our members are losing more weight with expert nutrition and side effect support.
I'm Mike, and I've lost 135 pounds. Weight Watchers prescribing GLP-1 medications. I believe this has been life-changing.
I'm Sharia, and I lost 80 pounds on Weight Watchers. I realized that it would take more than a prescription to lose weight and feel good on a GLP-1. Better results, expert support, lose more weight, make it last.
I can't imagine doing a GLP-1 without Weight Watchers.
Get started for as low as $25 at WeightWatchers.com/triumph. For over 60 years, we've helped millions of members find what works for them. Now, it's your turn. Weight Watchers. Watch it work.
Hi, this is August. Hey, it's Ben. We're Mumford & Sons. We have a new album called Prize Fighter coming out, so we're bringing back our channel.
I think I'm at the right place.
Album tracks and our new music. We write in the morning and record in the late morning. Mumford & Sons Radio, starting Friday on channel 79 and on the SiriusXM app.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. Guys, Ryan Fitzgibbons joining us, Director of Operations, USP8 Nationwide Security. Now, explain to me, if the blue fly can work, as I'm learning now, over 2 football fields in length, why did they decide to put it on a drone and fly it low to the ground? Just better chances of picking something up?
Yeah, and they can amplify the search, right? There are only so many helicopters available. You know, you obviously have fuel costs and things like that, maintenance that has to happen. So putting it up on drones is going to magnify the number of beacons on that network looking for Nancy's pacemaker. One thing I will mention is that they're able to zero in on Nancy's pacemaker. So they're able to basically filter that search to only be looking for this device. So it's going to be pretty efficient. The challenge that they're going to face is this pacemaker is likely only communicating out a signal every 3 to 4 minutes. So they have to catch it at the right time. This is not going to be as basic as flying over all of Tucson. There's going to be some luck involved here.
Explain what you're saying about her pacemaker emitting signals every 3 to 4 minutes. I thought it was constant.
Yeah, so that device is going to be, you know, with a pacemaker, it's connected to a phone, right? And every 3 or 4 minutes, it's sending that signal and sharing information packets about, you know, the heart health or whatever's going on with the pacemaker. That's not happening every second all the time. That's happening on a routine, right? And I believe with this device, it's been reported that this device would, the type that she has, would be reporting every 3 to 4 minutes. So it's not a constant beacon. It's happening on a regimen of 3 to 4 minutes.
Wow. Okay. I'm curious as to what area they're covering with the drones and the blue fly. Is there anything else, Brian, that you can tell us about this device?
No, I think we've covered it here. That our hope is that with this amplification possibility to extend the range of the sniffer, that investigators may have some good success in locating Nancy.
Wow. Okay. And you told me that it goes it can now reach 2 football fields or over 2 football fields.
Yeah, the numbers that I've seen reported by Dave Kennedy, who's been pretty public about this, is that it's up to 800 feet. So, that would be over 2 football fields. To Eric Faddis joining us, the founder of the law offices of Eric Faddis. Eric, this is the type of technology that would be challenged in court, not because it's wrong, not because it doesn't work. Very simply, the same way fingerprints were once challenged in court, the way DNA was challenged in court, the way familial DNA was challenged in court. Explain. There's going to be a big challenge. They'll lose, of course, but it will be a big hurdle. Explain why.
It will certainly be a challenge. So the courts like science that has been generally accepted, that has widespread acceptance, scientific consensus, and when we have new technology, there just hasn't been enough time for the scientific community to reach that position. And so certainly what defense would do in court is say, hey, the principles behind this are not reasonably reliable. They have not been tested enough for this to be admitted into evidence at what could be a very high-profile criminal trial.
Well, of course, Eric, it has been tested in the military sector. I mean, Brian Fitzgibbons, how long has blue fly been used in the military sector anyway?
That's not clear, but I would say that this type of signals intelligence has been used for quite some time. The military and intelligence apparatus has certainly been concerned for, more than a couple decades on finding devices that shouldn't be in and around their facilities. So, Faddis, even though this type of technology has been around, as he says, for about 2 decades that we know of, what you're referring to, I believe, is acceptance in court and acceptance by appellate courts, like DNA was accepted. Yes, DNA had been used since in war, I guess going back all the way to at least the Korean War. And you get an immediate field test answer on DNA. That said, it wasn't accepted in criminal trials until many, many more years later. So you've got to have it accepted in court. It may be a landmark case for all we know if this ever goes to trial, allowing blue fly signal sniffer technology in it will get in. There's no question about it. You'll bring in a couple of Secret Service guys and they'll explain it to the court and it will come in. It's just evidentiary hurdle you have to go through. I want to go back to what's happening now in the Nancy Guthrie search. It's amazing to me, absolutely amazing to me, to Joseph Scott Morgan joining us, in addition to Dave Mack from Crime Stories and Eric Faddis, trial lawyer. Joseph Scott Morgan is professor of forensics at Jacksonville State University and has an incredible criminal evidentiary program. He is a death investigator with over 10,000 death scene investigations under his belt. He's the author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon, and he's a star of a hit new podcast, Body Bags with Joseph Scott Morgan. Joseph Scott, look at this guy on the front porch for the 5 millionth time. I just keep looking at it and slowing it and stopping it and looking at it. How in the hay has this guy and his cronies, let's see the video, managed to outsmart the feds? Granted, Nanos was a speed bump to the feds getting involved, although he denies it. But that said, I don't know how this guy, and water seeks its own level, birds of a feather, all that. His cronies are no different than him, although somebody, if that ransom note is connected to him, does have a little bit of smarts. How the heck has this guy managed to outsmart a fleet of law enforcement? I don't get it, Joe Scott. Is it just the perfect storm aligning?
Yeah, I think so. That's my thought, at least. But just looking at these images alone, Nancy, him walking up onto the portico there, up to the patio or the exterior there. There's an entire profile that can be built out of this guy simply based on clothing alone. We do know that he likes to, for instance, shop at Walmart. That Ozark backpack is famously, Ozark products are sold there. It's also been alluded to that this pistol holster that he's carrying, this is not something that those of us that have been in law enforcement or that are, as we say, under arms at any moment in time, this is not something I'm going to go out and pick up in order to carry my own weapon. This is something to be bought off the shelf there. I think there's connectivity in that space, not to mention the jacket that he's wearing is very specific. These are some of the things that we look for as practitioners. Can't speak to the trousers. That mask that he's wearing, oh my Lord, it's got very specific features relative to that as well. I'm reminded of a case up in Ohio that I covered a few years ago, the infamous Titan massacre, where the mother of the family facilitated 8 homicides in one night. The mother that helped facilitate.
All right, that was another long one.
Went to Walmart.
They're actually busy in there, though.
For her family to wear.
All right, let's see where I'm going.
So she was specific in her intent relative to acquire garments. I think that they're building that out. The FBI has an incredible database when it comes to clothing alone. I think people would be shocked at what they know about this. I think that there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. If you take a look at kind of the biometric features of this guy, I think one of the interesting things I'm sure that the folks at Langley are looking at here, or Quantico, is that they're going to be doing a
Dragon's Roost Coffee and Games. That's weird.
It looks like he lists to one way.
Coffee and video games?
It used to be slightly bowed. His feet supinate, which means he walks on the edges of the outer edges of his feet. His stride is very specific. And right there is kind of hunched over looking for things, I think, to cover up because he has an awareness of this Nest camera. I don't think he had it previously. He can be surprised when he sees it. But there's any number of things that can be built out with this alone. And Nancy, we haven't even...
We need the turning arrow because we're getting this. We're getting
You
this.
stated that there was a definite profile of the based on his clothing alone.
Yeah.
Within, an hour. That this video came out, our staff, Crime Stories, Angelica specifically,
about 10 miles away,
had gone online and sleuthed and realized that not only did the Ozark backpack come from Walmart, the similar jacket is from Walmart, the ski mask similar from Walmart, and that they also sell gloves of this nature at Walmart, and specifically burner phones are sold at Walmart.
Burner phones? Is that what he said? She said burner.
Your all-access pass to the superstars of the WWE.
I think you have to show ID when you buy burner phones now, though. From a real store, anyway.
We'll be broadcasting live from WWE headquarters. Hear from WWE superstars like CM Punk.
Later, Carney. Hopefully we'll see you later. It'll be a long one tonight. I may take a break to eat, but that'd be about it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. We all know the power that the IRS has, and yes, it can be scary, but did you know this? The IRS has been putting more and more warnings in their letters like, we may speak to your neighbor, employer, or others if needed. Are you kidding me? What about this one? IRS may communicate with all other agencies about your case, such as the Justice Department. And then, of course, if you owe over $50,000, the IRS may restrict or revoke your passport. Look, when it comes to the IRS, don't mess around and don't try to deal with them on your own. Get the expert help you need today. Call my friends at Rush Tax Resolution now. 800-258-7050. Now, Rush Tax is an A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe the IRS personally or you're a business behind on payroll taxes, it's the only company I recommend. Call now, 800-258-7050, 800-258-7050,
rushtaxresolution.com.
This is Dr. Dino Prado, founder of Invita Medical Centers. Every day, patients lose their lives, not just to cancer, but to the delays in the system. The latest treatments often take decades to reach the people who need them the most. At Invita, we refuse to wait.
Delivered
Our
by
destination center brings the best technology from
46,
around
it's
the
gonna be
world
tight.
with personalized care to help our patients, because care delayed is care denied. Every patient deserves the right to fight. Invita Medical Centers, we're here for you. ENVITA.com.
Yeah, Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. He was in great health. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. And super hard, obviously, with all family, but my dad had life insurance. So even after he passed away, he was still able to provide for my mom. And of course, by extension, my brother and I.
Same commercials on all these fucking XM, Sirius XM stations. Triumph and Patriot Radio both have all the same commercials.
There's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. 10 minutes. You're covered. Your family is covered. You get $2 million in coverage for $2 a day. That's a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-olds. I like to talk about death in our culture. Everyone's going to die. You're going to die. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos. ETHOS. Ethos.com/Slater. Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Ethos.com/Slater.
Go all the way to Perrysburg.
This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. As with any dietary supplement, consult your healthcare provider before use, especially if you're pregnant, nursing, or taking medication on a regular basis.
Are you on a GLP-1 medication like Ozempic or Mounjaro? Looking for a simple, effective way to keep the muscle while you lose the fat? Then you need Replenza, the delicious nutritional drink physician formulated specifically for GLP-1 users, with a unique amino acid blend to help prevent muscle loss and support muscle tone, plus prebiotics for digestive health and collagen for skin elasticity. Packed with electrolytes, it's the perfect way to stay hydrated and balanced all day long. Give your muscles, your gut, and your skin the care they deserve with Replenza. Backed by science, designed with you in mind. Replenza is made in the USA in an FDA-registered facility. Now you can feel your best and look your best on your weight loss journey. On a GLP-1, get Replenza at Publix, CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Hey, this is Jill Scott. You stepped into my living room. For a limited time, Jill Scott is bringing her world to the flow. Dive into her hits, classics, and music from her new album, To Whom This May Concern. On now, Jill Scott on Sirius XM, channel 48, and at home with the Sirius XM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other connected devices. Mike's Tours with Nancy Grace. Jill Scott, the first guy that was caught and released, Venezuela. He was stopped. Now, they're not saying this, but obviously he was stopped because his cell phone had registered in that neighborhood many, many times, and maybe right around Nancy Guthrie's home. Then, this past weekend, just a few nights ago, more people about the 2-mile range were rousted in the middle of the night, detained, home searched, catch and release again. Why? There had to be their cell phone activity in and around the neighborhood at the time of the break-in. So that's what they're doing. They're looking at cell phone data in the neighborhood. And it's a difficult thing to do. It requires a team of people to pull all the data. And there's probably 2 people pulling and 2 people analyzing, a couple in Quantico and a couple on the ground. But that said, phones, if it's a burner phone the perp is using, not nearly as easy to find. This is my dream, okay? My sweet dream is that all of these items were bought at the same time, so they would be on the same receipt. Now, if that is not a jackpot, I don't know what is. But as many of these items originated at Walmart, go ahead, jump in, please.
CCTV, Walmart. That's how like the case I cited out of Ohio. That you can see the mother purchasing these items there, and so
why was she buying footwear to commit murder?
So that there could not be tiebacks relative to footprints that are left behind in blood. This was a slaughter that I covered. So if you have new shoes, remember we talked about this guy's walk just a second ago, pronate versus supinate, that sort of thing.
What kind of shoes did she buy for a slaughter?
Yeah, they were just off the rack, if I remember correctly, black, low-end lace-up athletic shoes. And so what happens is that if you and I, well, we're not a good comparison. If Dave and I went out and purchased a pair of shoes at Walmart, all right, the same identical pair, just in an hour or so, just wearing them, if we're walking the same space, you wouldn't pick up on much of a wear pattern. If you wear shoes over a protracted period of time, even though they're the same brand, Dave's are going to look different from mine, say a week out, 2 weeks out. And because of the way, the good Lord made us and the way we take our strides. So in that particular case, the purchases of those shoes actually, they slipped them on before they went into the residence, okay? So that you could pick up on specific forensic points of identification. Now, I don't know anything about this guy's footwear. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I have no idea. But I can tell you this, Dollars and Donuts, they're trying to track down the shoes as well to see if there's anything there. I don't know what was in the house. I don't know if he tracked through. I can see them doing what are called mylar lifts of dust off the floor. There's a magnetic lift that we do at crime scenes where you can actually get a footprint pattern off of this. They would have been searching for that, hopefully, in the event that they didn't go in and willy-nilly screw up anything in there.
Yeah, I got that.
House. Because, initially...
6 minutes left, hopefully. I'll make it in time. It's going to give me within 1 minute of delivery time.
Case, it's frenetic. You walk in, you're not treating it necessarily like a crime scene like we would with a homicide scene. You're going closet to closet. You're clearing the house. You're looking through. You're trying to look under beds, all that sort of stuff. And just trying to assess the scene to see if you can find her anywhere in there. Then you have to back out at that point in time and lock it down. Again, I know I'm preaching the choir here. Another problem that I have is the fact that they didn't lock it down, they didn't keep it locked down. You see what I'm saying? And that's problematic for me.
I wanted to come on and it's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope.
I've delivered to this
we still believe.
Condo community before.
Savannah Guthrie, beaten down,
I don't know if it's the same address, but I know I've been here
begging them
to this community
it's
anyway.
It's not too late to do the right thing. What more do we know about the search for Nancy Guthrie? Is she alive? What is she enduring? How is she living? All these thoughts must be colliding in the brains of her 3 children every minute of every day. Straight out to an all-star panel making sense of what we know. I want to talk about the other developments. First of all, Dave Mack, I understand that the FBI is going from gun store to gun store to gun store. They were doing it last night, and they're doing it tonight. And they're showing a list of about 40 people, we've been told, and 40 photos, corresponding photos, and asking questions of the gun shop owners. What do you know?
That's what we're finding out is they've got a list of 40 people with pictures, and they're just canvassing. They're going door to door to every gun store in the area, and they're showing the pictures.
We'll grab a beverage after this.
Do you know this person? That part. And then the second part is, have you guys sold anything like this to this individual? Now, showing up with 40 people, that's a lot. However, gun store owners tend to deal a lot with the same people. Gun people, visit gun stores. So this might actually stick out because what we're seeing, especially with the holster not being a high quality holster, the individual might be somebody that stood out to one of these shop owners. So they've got pictures, they've got names. Stores can run names. Gun shops have more control than most on when they sell products, getting information from the buyer. So they've got an opportunity to actually narrow down that list. 40 people, 40 names, that's a lot to start with, but you can narrow it down fairly quickly.
Joining me, Dr. Geraldine Utter, clinical psychologist specializing in psychological evaluations, those in the criminal justice system, author of Mainlining Philly, and more, producer of Utter Nonsense, a doc of exploration of addiction. Dr. Geraldine Utter, thank you for being with us. I believe it would stand out even more so in a gun shop owner's mind if the perp came in with another person. For some reason, that sticks in your mind more than just a single customer. Gun shop owners are very, very wary, and the places are, okay, also don't show her scratching her nose, okay, if you can help it. Dr. Geraldine Utter, what is a way to jog the memories of the gun store owners?
I think to your point, Nancy, the fact when folks come in together, that is something that tends to stick in gun owners' name in their brains, because a lot of the times there's something called a straw purchase. So when people are trying to come in and they have somebody with a clean record and they bring the person that's actually going to purchase the gun, or that wants the gun, seeing people together usually raises a red flag, because you're like, why are there two people here? You know, you're not somebody that may be, equipped or trained or know what it is that you want or what you're buying. So sometimes you'll bring along someone else. So I think that is something that tends to stick in their minds, just due to something called a straw purchase, an illegal gun purchase, specifically when you bring someone in that can't purchase the gun because they have a criminal record, and the person standing before the shop owner is buying it with the intent of giving it to someone else. So a lot of the times when you see partners or when you see two people together, that is something that does generally, raise a red flag, because they want to make sure who they're selling equipment or who they're selling a gun to is going to that individual and not perhaps a person that's accompanying that individual to the store. So that's definitely something they are mindful of.
Dr. Geraldine, are you saying straw as in hay, straw?
Yeah.
Purchase?
Yeah,
okay, explain that.
So a straw purchase is, so let's just say I have a criminal record, Nancy, and I have a felony record and I am not allowed to purchase a gun. So what I will do is I will bring someone, a friend, or get in touch with someone who has a clean record, and that record's criminal as well as a psychiatric record. You can't have any what we call involuntary psychiatric commitments and purchase a gun. So I will bring that person with me. And even though I am the person who wants the gun, I can't purchase it because I'm a felon. I'm a convicted felon, or I have serious psychiatric issues. So I accompany that individual and I go into that store with them, and the person with the clean record or the person that doesn't have a criminal record is the one that is facing the gun store owner. And I'm with them saying, hey, I want that gun or I want that. But really, I can't be the one to communicate or step up to the gun owner, to the gun shop owner. I have to be the one in the background, even though it's for me. So a straw purchase is essentially an illegal purchase where you bring somebody else into the gun shop that does not have the criminal record. They are the one who has, who purchases the gun. It's in their name. Essentially, when they leave the gun store, they turn around and they give it to their buddy or the person who accompanied them, because that's the person who really, is going to be utilizing the gun.
Right. Wow. Be right back. Gibbons, that would certainly raise the suspicions of the gun store owner when you're doing a straw purchase, as she described it. What do you make of that, and how can we get the gun owner's memory, the gun store owner's memory jogged?
No, Dr. Geraldine's absolutely right. This could very well be a straw purchase. And in this case, the actual perpetrator may have not even gone into the store. We see that quite often. How do we get these gun owners to figure it out? Well, right now, as of yesterday, federal agents were canvassing the greater Tucson area with 40 photos, showing these photos and names to gun store owners to do just that, to see if they recognized any of these individuals having entered that business.
And the fact of the matter, Brian, is that gun stores are like Vegas. They're covered in surveillance video. So that's good.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no way that you would not, that you could escape having some kind of record of that purchase.
Dave Mack, do you have to present a fingerprint in Arizona to a gun at a gun store, and that's assuming he got a gun at a gun store as opposed to a gun show or, bootleg. Go ahead.
No, you don't have to. They do not require a fingerprint, and you don't have to have like a separate photo taken. You have to present a government issued photo ID, such as an Arizona driver's license. That would be sufficient in purchasing a gun from a gun store, but no fingerprint is required.
One thing I do know, back to what you were saying, though, Scott, is you can't get everything at Walmart. They don't sell handguns. So he would have had to go somewhere else, but to go to a regular gun store, I'm not seeing it. Maybe a gun show where the requirements were more, let's just say, relaxed. Or
no, it's not.
Stolen.
Which cracks me up.
It could be
not that relaxed.
Yeah, I suppose that it could be. Or, there are cases out there where you have people that are highly organized as criminals. They share, I don't know, have you heard of people sharing weapons? Because this does happen. I've worked cases involving this, where you have individuals that will come to a concentric area and weapons will be shared or literally rented. We actually had cases in Atlanta involving this, where you had one weapon that was connected to multiple crimes.
It was decent.
In completely different individuals. So that can happen. The underworld particularly is very dynamic in how you can get your hands onto a weapon. And listen, going back, I got to tell you, Nancy, looking at the presentation with this weapon, there's been a lot of hay made over the idea that this guy is so very amateurish. One of the things that really strikes me about this, and I'm glad they're showing that image, no one in their right mind would walk around displaying a weapon like that has a background carrying concealed. All right. I think, and I'm going to get into the docs area here, but I think that is an intimidation factor. You show up, you have that weapon that's where it can actually be seen, and you can present with it. And Lord knows this is really dark, but she comes to that door and he presents with that weapon. Even if he doesn't draw it out of the holster, she can visualize it, particularly if light goes on the porch. So I think it's positioned that way so that he can actually intimidate somebody with it, as opposed to concealing it, having it under that rather robust clothing he's got there.
Looking for comedy you don't have to skip around? There's a brand new channel for that. From Nikki Glazer and Bill Burr.
Men aren't allowed to be sad. We're allowed to be mad or fine. That's it.
To Patton Oswalt and Kathleen Madigan.
By one call, I would call 911.
Comedy in Full delivers full-length stand-up albums curated for smooth listening and continuous laughs. It's comedy the way it was meant to be heard.
The cancel train is coming for old Blaze Cock for sure.
Streaming now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Comedy in Full.
Come on, kids. We're almost there. The map says straight ahead.
One-a-day 50-plus multivitamins are made for your overall health, with nutrients to support your brain and muscle function. Because don't you want to make the most of each day? So even on the family hike, you're not just keeping the pace.
Hey, Dad, wait up.
You're one step ahead. One-a-day 50-plus. The one for you. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-982-1818 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-982-1818.
Hey, Jared.
982-1818.
Good to see you, bud. I'm going to grab a quick snack wrap at McDonald's here, and then we're going to proceed. Oh, shit.
This is your DoorDash customer calling. Never share personal information, passwords, or verification codes with anyone over the phone. Calls may be monitored and recorded by DoorDash and service providers for quality.
Hello?
Hello. I think I accidentally sent the wrong address. Would it be possible if we pay a little bit more and you bring it to the right one?
The one I just dropped off?
Yes, it was from Grace, please.
Yeah, where was it supposed to go?
It's supposed to go to a Toledo address. It's like 20 minutes away. Would you be okay with that? We'll pay you extra. If not,
I'm not even sure. The thing is, I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to. I appreciate the offer and stuff like that, but I'm relatively new doing this, and I don't want to do something that would be against the rules. I apologize.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Totally our bad. So
No, it's unfortunate. I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Have a good day.
Fuck.
Where do you find a clear signal?
They gave me the wrong address to deliver it.
Rapid change captures the noise. The Economist goes beyond the headlines to decode the forces shaping today and defining tomorrow. When global power fractures and markets start to swing, when tech leaps ahead and businesses scramble, get the full story. It's not the news. It's a trusted global perspective. The Economist. Know which way is up.
Wesley Financial Group is not allowed.
Yeah, I would, but yeah, once I've already delivered it and then completed the order, it just, I mean, anybody could just call and say, hey, you delivered it to the wrong place, you know?
Absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancel.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-941-2255. 800-941-2255.
Navigating life stages, caring transitions,
Yeah,
and for support
fucking McDonald's is busy.
away. For seniors relocating or downsizing, we offer a compassionate, individualized approach that provides comprehensive solutions. Estate sales, our experts will list your items on our exclusive online platform, CT Bids, preserving memories and keeping your family's best interests at heart. And for those tough cleanouts, we're here to help. Visit caringtransitions.com. Caring Transitions, embracing new beginnings with confidence.
SiriusXM Triumph. Get real answers with Dr. Laura.
No nonsense advice about relationships, marriage, kids.
Well, ain't gonna be no snack wraps. There's no deal on those.
When they take responsibility.
Inspiration.
Every time you go to bed with a negative thought, you have to match it up with a positive one. That's your new rule.
Dr. Laura, plus Glenn Beck, Nancy Grace, and Dave Ramsey, all on Triumph. SiriusXM 123 and on the SiriusXM app.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. Private Gibbons, at this juncture, what should be happening?
Well, I think what we're seeing and what we hope happens is once these CODIS results come back, that if there is anybody connected, even on the periphery, cousin of a lawn care provider to Nancy Guthrie, that law enforcement is able to quickly jump on those leads. But what's happening now is they're running down every single high priority lead that they're getting.
Welcome to McDonald's. Will you be using your mobile app today? If not, go ahead with your order.
Yeah, mobile order VB77.
Works with Crime Stoppers in Wisconsin. He's ahead of all of that. And this reward of $100,000 is being added on top of other rewards being offered. And Michael Huppy is the attorney offering that via Crime Stoppers and their anonymous way of reporting these things. Huppy said he believes that it is the anonymous aspect of Crime Stoppers that will allow the perpetrators to actually, somebody close to them, to come forward.
So that's $200,000 now on the table for information leading to finding Nancy Guthrie. Wow. To you, Eric Faddis, joining us, a founder of Law Offices of Eric Faddis. Why do you believe the sheriff, Nanos, made the move to publicly clear the entire family and their spouses, the children, the 3 siblings and their spouses.
I think there is a ton of public pressure on this sheriff, not only in that community, but nationally, perhaps internationally. They're looking for developments. What are y'all doing? What progress have you made? And so I think that is probably the motivation behind this announcement. And it also perhaps shows that the investigation has enough information to rule out these folks, whether that's on a timeline basis, on a forensic basis, or some other basis. And so it sort of telegraphs to the world, hey, we're trying to make progress, and we believe we are, and we believe we can exclude the family as potential perpetrators.
And to you, Dreyfus Gibbons, why do you believe Nanos took the unusual route of publicly stating the family, the children, Cameron, Annie, and Savannah, and their spouses are not suspects, that they've been cleared?
Yeah, he's under an incredible amount of media and political pressure here. And I have to say that that's the reason why. That's a completely unorthodox thing to hear in any investigation.
Why?
Because, until the investigation's complete, nobody should be ruled out, right? We've seen it too many times where investigations change courses. One new bit of information comes in, and everything can change. So this is something that you very, very rarely see law enforcement do. So I have to ascribe it to political and media pressure.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, the missive to TMZ, the last one, there have now been 4, suggests that Nancy Guthrie has been taken across the Mexican border. Tell me about the last letter, well, not really a letter, missive to TMZ, Dave Mack.
Well, again, it's from the same person who claims that they weren't going to send anymore because their feelings got hurt. This person is demanding the $50,000 Bitcoin before they'll give up any information, and suggesting that that the crime has now moved across the border, saying international in the previous missive to TMZ. Harvey Levin and the staff at TMZ, working with law enforcement, issued a challenge to this individual, saying, look, you give us the info, it's all in public. We're doing this on the air, so you have a public record of you offering up this information. If it turns out that you're correct, you'll get your money. So that's where it was left. And again, this is the same individual, Nancy, who has claimed to know who took Nancy Guthrie and where.
Nice day outside today. It's wet and nasty because of the melting snow, but temperature was nice today. Still nice. Still up 48.
If you know or believe you know anything regarding the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, dial 1-800-225-5324. Repeat, 800-225-5324. Or, if you wish to remain anonymous, 520-882-7463. 520-882-7463. So, in the line of duty, serving 10 years and beyond, and 3 children with other American heroes.
I think we got up to 58 today. I don't know, something like that. It was warm. Let's see, this is actually 50 now. Let's see. Yeah, 57 today, 63 tomorrow. Why'd the radio cut out? No satellite signal. It'll come back. Too close to the building, I guess. Oh, wow, it's really going to drop, huh? Yeah, Space Force plate in front of me. United States Space Force. With the Federation symbol and everything. No, that's only Air Force. Could be retired. I don't know. I don't even know where there is one near me. Space Force station near me. No, nothing else to hear. We got Colorado, Alaska, California, Florida, Colorado, California. Yeah, there ain't nothing near me. Yep. Thank you.
Surveillance and forensic evidence, investigators changed direction. NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenney explains, quote, "Our theory right now is that she may have dropped an item in the chute, went to retrieve it, and fell head first. Police believe she may have been trying to recover that purse. Witnesses reported hearing screams from the garbage chute and compactor area during the early morning hours.
Yeah.
Surveillance video showed her entering the building alone around 1:39 a.m. after parting ways with a cousin. The preliminary autopsy and investigation showed injuries consistent with the compactor. Authorities found no signs of a struggle and believe she was alive when she entered the machine. The medical examiner has not yet issued a final cause of death. Montgomery lived about 4 miles away and had no clear connection to the building. Hours earlier, she had been out with relatives and friends before walking.
Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Family members described her as a caring parent to
I'm
her
talking
4
about.
children aged 10 months, 11, 12, and 19. Investigators now classify the death as accidental while the medical examiner continues its review. In Maryland, a former police chief will spend the rest of his life in prison after prosecutors say he spent nearly a decade setting revenge fires against people he believed wronged him. David Crawford, age 74, pleaded guilty in Montgomery County to 2 counts of first-degree arson and 1 count of second-degree arson. A judge sentenced him to 55 years, which will run concurrently to earlier convictions. He's already serving 2 life sentences plus 75 years for related fires in Howard County. Prosecutors said Crawford set about 13 fires across several counties between 2011 and 2020. Targets included relatives, former co-workers, public officials, other police officers, and even his own stepson. Authorities later said gasoline was used as an accelerant, and investigators later found a written target list inside his home. No one was killed, but families fled their homes in the middle of the night and lost precious property. Prosecutors said the additional sentence was meant to ensure Crawford never leaves prison, even if earlier convictions are overturned. And a prosecutor told the court Crawford, quote, "is only not a killer by the grace of God." Crawford previously served as the chief of Laurel Police Department from 2006 to 2010 before his arrest in 2021 ended the long-running arson investigation. For the latest crime and justice news, follow Crime Alert Hourly Update on your favorite podcast app. With this Crime Alert, I'm Drew Nelson.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. The teen stepmother is the main suspect in Anna's chokehold asphyxiation. There are so many confusing details about
Chokehold asphyxiation? Wow.
When is there going to be an arrest? When are the answers going to come up? Tonight, joining us, in addition to an all-star panel of experts, is the man who captured video of Anna Kettner, the teen cheerleader found stuffed dead. We still don't know whether she was clothed or unclothed, crammed under a bunk on a cruise line. There she is, obscured by life vests. And her body there for hours and hours before anyone even notices she's missing.
No shit.
Where were the parents, for Pete's sake? Nobody knows she's not at breakfast. Nobody notices she doesn't turn up for lunch. Nobody checks on her the night before. How long has she been stuffed under that bunk? But we know this. A guy named Nick Giddens was taking video on the cruise line of a big party the night before, a dance party. And here she is. There is Anna. So happy, so full of life, dancing in a line dance. It's hard to accept. She would be dead, her body decomposing on a cruise trip. Anna Kettner, The Last Dance video. Now that is from our new friend, Nick Capo. That's Nick Capo 609 on TikTok, and he's with us tonight. Nick, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. Nick, what happened? How did you manage to take that video?
So that was the sail away party. That's the party to get the cruise started when we start sailing away from port. It was in Port of Miami. And, just my family's also in the video too. I was recording them and just going around and panning around, saying, showing everybody having a good time and stuff like that. And that's basically what it was.
When you took the video, you had no idea that Anna Kettner would be murdered within hours. When did you realize the video that you took showed her, as it's called, last dance?
I didn't notice her until what happened to after the cruise was over. When I posted the video that day, November 2nd, but it was after everything happened, stuff like that, where somebody commented on the video. On the video, and they said that like, oh my God, that's the girl that I killed. And then I went back and watched it, and then when I watched it, I've seen her everything. I seen the grandma and everything too. And that's when I changed up a little bit. We're gonna put the stuff on there. And that's when I posted it or uploaded it again to gain more, to put attention to it, basically, so people will see.
And I'm just wondering, what else, if anything, does the video show? The suspect tonight, still no arrest. Now, over 75 days later, nothing. I wonder if this video shows anything else of probative value. In other words, does it prove anything? I wonder if the stepbrother is anywhere in this video. I wonder if he was there that night. Who was she dancing with, Nick? We've been told she was dancing with her grandma.
Yes, her grandma, and also, there's actually two videos where the two songs playing, the YMCA song and then the Cupid Shuffle song. I can't remember which one the grandpa was in, but one of them, I don't know, I don't even know what the stepbrother looked like, honestly, so I don't know if he was in the video or not.
And here she is in that second clip that Nick managed to video dancing, and it shows she's dancing with her grandparents. Let's look. You know what, Nick Giddens, I am so glad that you took that video and realized what it was and posted it, because it shows her, Anna Kettner, to me in a different light. I mean, really, just scrubbed in sunshine. There she is, dancing with her grandparents. It just precious. Guys, you were seeing a video taken, his handle is Nick Capo 609 on TikTok. Nick Giddens joining us tonight. Wow. Okay. To Spencer Ehrenfeld joining us. He's known as the cruise lawyer. Why? Because he has taken on giant cruise line industries, fighting for his client, trial lawyer, founder of Ehrenfeld Trial Lawyers, author of a children's book, Sarah Rose, kid lawyer. Spencer, thank you for being with us. You know, it's amazing how cases are put together, patchwork. A bit of information here, a bit of information there, and by the time this turns into an opening statement, it will all be woven into an incredible tapestry, including a timeline. What you just saw has been called her last dance, but I find it poignant because she is there,
Well,
living it up with.
I hadn't eaten all day.
Yes, of course, Nancy.
I should have grabbed a bite before I even got started.
What people on cruises do, which is have fun. And they participate in things like the dancing and the bingo activities and shuffleboard. And she's a cruise passenger having fun.
All right, I'll be right back.
Such a nightmare for her and her family. But this is exactly what you'd expect to see someone doing on a Carnival cruise.
And this is no different than any of the other cruises. I mean, some cruises may cost more, or they may go to, or less, or they may go to different locations. But everyone fraternizes with everyone. And the
all right,
of my assertion is that
time to get back to work.
It's very hard to, it's like a needle in a haystack, finding that one person that will commit a murder out of 3,000 people doing a line shuffle at the party, the cruise-wide party that night.
These are fun cruises. Carnival in particular promotes the fun cruise concept. They want everyone to be together. They want big parties. They want a lot of alcohol consumed. They really push the alcohol consumption, and they just want people to have the time of their life and come back and cruise again. The problem is you don't know who the people are that you're cruising with. So you could be cruising with murderers, child predators, and all sorts of criminals. They let everybody on the ship. So who knows who is in this line dance with this poor young lady?
Guys, what we're learning tonight is that according to experts, this is her, quote, last dance. And the infantile way, like an infant, juvenile, way her body was disposed of.
This wants me to go over by the other McDonald's.
Directly to the killer.
We feel there are some circumstances regarding that, the 16-year-old and the mother's judgment regarding that cruise, that would affect, obviously that
we got an order
to care for the minor child, the 9-year-old. The 16-year-old.
Fucking KFC. I hate KFC, man.
The teenagers were given their own room in which to stay. Just a lot of circumstances that showed that the mother in this case was not exercising appropriate supervision over this child.
Well, Spencer Ehrenfeld.
Oh, it's a different KFC at least. It's not that shitty one in Mommy.
Family court hearing, and of course the cruise ship says no way. According to what we were hearing, the minors were allowed to drink on the cruise. The cruise ship says no, that would never happen. But did alcohol play into her night? And when I say murder, Ehrenfeld, I mean murder. Because there is no way she killed herself or had an accident and ended up under a bunk.
No, actually Perrysburg. So
crammed in with life vests.
100%, Nancy. I've investigated thousands of these cases, and in my 35
the
years,
roster actually,
alcohol is almost always present, even with minors. Carnival may be taking the position they didn't serve alcohol to the minor, but that doesn't prevent her from consuming it, because there's 101 ways someone can get booze on a cruise, even they bring it on themselves. So it doesn't mean Carnival served it to her necessarily, but I would bet you the toxicology is going to come back with alcohol.
Probably get sucked into it after that.
The roots of reggae have a home on Sirius XM.
This one's paying pretty good though. So
Music from Bob's lifelong legacy and the music his family continues to make. Bring the islands with you anytime.
Bob Marley's Tough Gone Radio.
Sirius XM, Channel 19. And at home with the Sirius XM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Are you romantically in love with your cell phone carrier? Heart emoji. I've never heard anyone say that they love paying over $1,000 a year for cell service. Chuck McDowell here to save you money and find true love with Red Pocket Mobile. Forget everything you think you know about cell carriers. Red Pocket Mobile has reinvented cell phone service with better coverage, better rates, and better service. With premium 5G plans starting at just $10 a month, you're guaranteed the best combination of service and pricing, period. Plus, Red Pocket gives you not one, but all three major 5G networks to choose from for the best coverage ever. And you get to keep your phone and number. Now, that's something to fall in love with. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Switch now and get one locked-in low price. 3 5G networks and live customer care in less than 2 minutes. Go to redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com, redpocket.com.
At California Sidekicks, we know love can sometimes feel like a game of chance.
Welcome to the Wheel of Uncertainty!
You spin the wheel to see if you'll be lucky in love.
Not this time!
Will this relationship last?
Uh-oh, red flag!
Does it ever just go smoothly? Thankfully, when emotions are running high, California Psychics is here 24/7 to ease your uncertainty. And because we reject 98% of the psychics who apply, you only connect with the very best. That's why we guarantee that if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free.
True Love Checkmark!
Download the app or visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Experience the joy of certainty with California Psychics.
Do you have coins, jewelry, precious metals, or high-end collectibles and are looking to sell for top dollar? Sil DeGenova, CEO and owner of Tangible Investments, has become legendary by beating his competitors' offers by as much as 500%.
I had a diamond ring that had been an heirloom in my family for many years, so I went to a local jewelry store and they offered me $600. I just wasn't comfortable. I took it down to Tangible Investments and they offered me over $6,000. That was absolutely awesome.
Stories like these are why Tangible Investments has become America's top dealer, why you'll see Sil featured on CNBC, the History and Discovery Channel, and quoted in the Wall Street Journal. Right now, gold, jewelry, and collectibles prices are at record highs. Shop the competition, then call him last. You'll be amazed at the difference, guaranteed. Call now for an absolutely free, no obligation appraisal. Call 800-885-1400. That's 800-885-1400. 800-885-1400. Before you sell, call Sil. Tangible Investments.
Hip-hop's legacy lives in its many voices. Celebrate Black History Month with an exclusive Sirius XM channel that takes you through decades of the culture. The 500 most essential rap tracks of all time. Hip-hop Chronicles. Year-round on the Sirius XM app and for a limited time on channel 105. Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. I want to talk about not just whether or not the teens were served alcohol, which leads me to...
I got a double pickup, KFC and Little Caesars.
Alcohol. Did that lead to her murder? Did it contribute in any way? This is what we've learned about how this teen cheerleader was found dead.
The Kepner family frantically searching for Anna, last seen feeling unwell at dinner the night before, when a housekeeper makes a horrifying discovery. The maid starts to gather linens for laundry, but notices the sheet missing off the bed. Making the bed, she notices a pile of life jackets stuffed underneath. Removing the life jackets, she discovers the missing sheet wrapped around Anna's body.
My stars.
To Michelle Spitzer joining us out of Melbourne, Florida, investigative reporter for USA Today on the case from the very, very beginning. Michelle, thank you for being with us. Describe in depth how Anna Kepner, the teen cheerleader's body, was found stuffed under that bunk.
Well, what we know about this case has really just come from family. The FBI is being very tight-lipped, so the family is really the one who has leaked information here or there and through court hearings, especially with the stepbrother's biological parents. As you know, they're in a custody battle, and there's been a lot of information that has been released in those court hearings. They have not specifically said how her body was found, but as you said, there is speculation that she was found under the bed by someone cleaning the stateroom, and we do not know what condition her body was found, if she was wearing clothes or not.
Sydney Sumner joining us, Crime Stories investigative reporter. What do we know?
We've heard conflicting reports, all of this information coming from family members that are secondhand hearing this information from Chris Kepner and Chantel Hudson. So these conflicting reports, we're not really sure whether or not Anna was found naked, whether she was wrapped in a blanket, in a sheet. It's all a little bit vague at this point because the FBI has said nothing.
Okay, then let me cross-examine you very briefly, Sydney Sumner. Would you agree that by all accounts, Anna Kepner's body was found, Anna was dead, stuffed under a bunk, under one of the beds in the room on the cruise ship? Do you agree with that?
I do.
Okay, Sydney Sumner, let me further clarify. Would you say that by all accounts, life vests had been crammed under the bed to conceal her body?
That's also true.
Joseph Scott Morgan joining me, professor of forensics, Jacksonville State University, who has an incredible Crim Pro program. He is an author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon. He's a star of a hit new podcast, Body Bags with Joseph Scott Morgan. But for our purposes tonight, he's a death investigator that has investigated 10,000 death scenes. And for some people, that's a little hard to imagine, Joe Scott Morgan, but it's true because I was asked to count up how many cases I handled. Okay, think about it. About 100 new felonies a week times 4, times 12 months, times 10 years plus. It adds up to literally thousands of cases that you and I have both handled. So, you, as an expert, a forensic expert, a death investigator, have stated that the infantile way in which Anna's body was concealed could point directly to her killer. Explain yourself.
Yeah, of course, because this is something that was done spontaneously. If you think about the body covering, this is a matter of convenience. What do I have in arm's reach in order to conceal the body? And from the infantile perspective, you have deluded yourself, the perpetrator or whoever did this, the concealment that is. You've deluded yourself into thinking that, oh yeah, well, if I put her here, no one will ever find her. And so that goes to that kind of mentality when you begin to think about it. Interesting point here relative to this particular Carnival cruise vessel. This is called the Horizon. And the Horizon, unlike other ships in their fleet, they have life vests that are actually in the staterooms. Okay, so anybody that's ever been on a cruise, they take you through the safety thing, and you have to meet at a gathering point, and then these things are kind of dispersed to you. In this particular case, someone within arm's reach had access to life vests, so this is going to facilitate the shielding of the body, covering of the body. And listen, the covering of the body is not necessarily what we refer to as memorialization of the dead. You'll get that lots of times with perpetrators. No. This is an event where somebody is trying to shield the body so they can get distance from the body and then leave the questions to be answered later. And still, to this date, we don't have any answers at this point other than what the OCME down in Miami, the ME, is saying is her cause of death.
Now, I agree with everything that you just said, Joe Scott Morgan, but still, I need clarification. We often see that videos, my friends,
All right.
on TikTok, looking under
2 miles from the
bunk. You may think of a bunk bed, one on top of the other. It's more like this in that particular cruise room. And Spencer Aaronfield, you're the cruise lawyer. Jump in if you see or hear anything that you can expound upon or correct. You're the cruise expert, not us. Okay, back to you, Joe Scott Morgan. Very often with seasoned criminals, they use whatever's at hand. It could be a ball peen hammer. It could be a vase. It could be running somebody down with a car. That does not suggest infantile. A lot of killers use whatever is at hand, but you specifically said the infantile way, childish, puerile way that she was killed and hidden points to a child, a young person. Why did you choose that word? I find it very probative in this case.
Okay, who occupies their space? Let me ask you this, Nancy. Has this 18-year-old young woman developed some kind of enemy on this ship that would drive somebody to what the ME, this is the ME saying this, what the ME is describing as using an arm bar across her neck to asphyxiate her? Who on this population, the ship, is driven to do that? Well, most of the time, as you well know, we look at these violent cases. There are certainly more cases that end up in people's deaths that have familial connection than some kind of strange case where somebody emerges out of the dark shadows because you have relationship issues, you have motivations and all this sort of thing. Well, who's in her group? Who would have access to that stateroom other than immediate family or maybe a worker? I guess you could say that somebody could have followed her in there. But I got to tell you, Nancy, I'm hearing hoofbeats. I'm not thinking camel at this point in time. I'm thinking something that is more reasonable here. And when you get her in this position and you have, understandably ended her life, oh my goodness, what in the world do I do? You don't have somebody that's sophisticated enough to think, well, maybe I can kind of wrap her body up, get her over a railing somewhere. They're at sea. That's not what happens. They take her body, place her on this rack here, and hoping against hope that no one is going to find it. That's what I mean by infantile.
The songs and stories.
Yeah, I saw your post about that.
Shared from generation to generation. Together on one channel, Disney Hits. Music from classic animated films and favorites from today. Share the magic of Disney Hits. Channel 133 on most radios and at home with the SiriusXM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Maybe this is YouTube. There's enormous frustration.
Yeah, you posted on Facebook, didn't you?
Healthcare costs. It is amazing.
I think I liked it.
Families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare has proven you can save thousands of dollars a year. And actually,
not that I thought it was a great story.
Just Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and
understanding
is the gold standard. It's trusted. It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 844-49-BIBLE. That's 844-49-BIBLE. 844-49-BIBLE. Take a moment and think of one thing that you really wanted to do recently, but you didn't because your foot, leg, or back pain got in the way. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and that's why we're here, to help you get back out there. Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to alleviate foot, knee, hip, and back pain, plus provide improved balance, more comfort, and, well, a better life. Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Find yours at goodfeet.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I spent years living in fear of calcium oxalate crystal stones, always afraid of when the next one would hit. Now I just take Kidney Cop.
Battling calcium oxalate stones? It's time to try Kidney Cop, a doctor-recommended kidney supplement that has been shown in laboratory tests to reduce the growth rate of calcium oxalate crystals by 99%. Get Kidney Cop today at Amazon.com, Walmart.com, or KidneyCop.com.
Jeez,
So you got yourself into an upside-down car loan and owe a lot more than it's worth. This is not your fault. These days, car dealers' pressure tactics make this the new normal. So what do you do now? Just as with timeshares and taxes, there's a service to help you get out from under your high-payment car loan without loan modification or repossession of your loan balance. Plus, there are resale buyers for your car with offers higher than the low trade-in offers you have seen from dealers. Get free instructions on how to do all of this at loanexit.com. We have been working on car titles and consumer mediation for over a decade.
What the fuck is going on here?
At loanexit.com, there's a free instruction guide, a free evaluation of your loan.
Yo, get the fuck out of the way, guys. Turn your fucking lights on.
As the founder, I have seen hundreds fight the damage from high-pressure car sales and win. Don't let them win. LoanExit.com.
Hi, this is Marcus. It's Ted. Hey, it's Ben. We're Mumford & Sons. We have a new album called Prize Fighter coming out.
Be right
So we're
back.
bringing back our channel, Mumford & Sons Radio, exclusively on SiriusXM. So as you know, album tracks and our new music. We write in the morning and record in the late morning. Pretty bang, bang, bang. Mumford & Sons Radio, starting Friday on channel 79 and on the SiriusXM app.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. Student Dr. Sue Kornbluth, Director of Clinical Psychology, owner of Dr. Sue and You, author of Building Self-Esteem in Children and Teens, and you can find her at drsueandyou.com. Dr. Sue, thank you for being with us. Now, I think J. Scott Morgan explained fully why he, a death investigator expert, used the term infantile. I mean, play it out. Follow it through to its logical conclusion. You killed the girl. You killed the teen cheerleader. And then you think, oh, my stars, now what am I going to do? Hey, I'll just hide her under the bed like with my dirty socks and underwear. Nobody will ever find her here. Instead of right there, let's see a video of the room again. Right there, you've got a sliding glass door and a balcony. You could throw her overboard and hours would pass. The ship was moving. People may have thought, hey, she fell overboard last night at some point. But no, they were so short-sighted that they thought, hey, I'll stick her under the bed. They'll never find her. Oh, that video from our friends at Mojo South on TikTok. What about it, Dr. Sue?
Yeah, I think Joe has a great point here that whoever did this probably was young and panicked and didn't know what to do with the body. And like in a child's mind, what do you do when somebody gets hurt? You hide them or you tell. But if you tell, then you're going to get in trouble. So instead, you hide her under the bed, hoping that nobody is going to find her. I mean, it's very infantile, the way that this all went down. And now, the thing is here, Nancy, do we have proof that her stepbrother did this? That is what is going to be in my mind, the major component here. But it definitely seems like this was possibly done by somebody that was young or her age.
Everybody now asking these questions, the stepbrother being a suspect. What is the truth? Why no charges? Tonight, we are learning more about the timeline and the so-called infantile way that Anna Kettner, the teen cheerleader's body, was hidden, points directly to her killer. We are also learning tonight that video does exist. It's only been talked about or speculated upon in the past. Video does exist of Anna Kettner going alone to her room. Her braces were bothering her that night at dinner. She goes alone to her room. Video then reveals other family members, the younger brother and the older stepbrother, going into the room. Further video shows the little brother leaving the room alone and then wandering around the ship all by himself for the evening. But Anna doesn't leave the room, and the stepbrother doesn't leave the room for hours. In fact, Anna never leaves the room. To Michelle Spitzer joining us out of Florida, investigative reporter USA Today. What can you tell us about the video?
In these court hearings that the stepbrother's biological parents have had, they are the ones who have named their son as a suspect. And his
All right, so we drop off the KFC first at the Holiday Inn. Hopefully they're actually at the right address.
She sent a text message to
Feel bad for those girls, but man, I'd already closed the order out, and they're like, they weren't saying in the mouth. They're like, we'll give you extra money. I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
Cruise line lawyer, and for a reason. Tell me about the abundance of video cameras, surveillance cameras, where you at least expect them on the cruise ships.
So all the common areas of these ships, Nancy, are wired like a casino. They have high definition CCTV footage that will capture with facial recognition software any passenger at any time, anywhere on the ship that's a common area. So for sure, they have video that will track Anna from the moment she got on the ship until she was last seen entering her cabin. And they also have electronic key cards that will time whose card was used to get in that cabin at what time and when the door opened and shut. So they can piece this entire thing together and have a very succinct timeline of what happened to her.
Sydney Sumner, a Crime Stories investigative reporter, how old do we believe the little brother is?
Anna's biological younger brother is about 13 years old.
And he's going to be a critical witness because he heard a big blowout happening in that cabin after he had been ousted. An explosive argument between the older stepbrother and Anna Kettner, including furniture being thrown reportedly at Anna. Where I'm going with this, Spencer Aaronfield, and I'm going to circle back to Anna's body, is the little brother, 12 or 13 years old, wandered the cruise ship all by himself the remainder of the evening. He's caught on camera.
Yeah, it's very sad, Nancy. It's not uncommon for parents to turn a blind eye on their kids on these cruises. They get lulled away into the false sense of security that these cruise ships are safe. And I've had many cases with kids of all ages that are walking around unsupervised at all hours of the night on these cruise ships, and they're not safe. It's kind of like letting your child walk around Times Square in New York City at 2 a.m. No parent would ever do that. But they seem to do this on cruise ships because they mistakenly believe cruise ships are safer than they really are.
Sydney Sumner, tell me the timeline. When Anna was last seen alive, and then when her body was discovered, how many hours passed?
Nearly 18, Nancy. She was last seen at dinner around 6:30 p.m. the night before, and nobody was alarmed, wondering where she was until breakfast the next day around 9 a.m.
Okay, so what does that mean? Michelle Spitzer joining us from USA Today. Anna Kettner, the teen cheerleader, she was killed by a, quote, bar hold, something held over her neck and that asphyxiated her, suffocated her.
Yes, and that's been a question that's been brought up in the court case, the custody hearing. Where were the parents? And the stepbrother's biological mother, Anna's stepmother, said that she went to bed that evening at 7:30 and doesn't really know what happened after that. She claims because she was sleeping. But as we've heard, we have video too. I'm sure the FBI is investigating. Did she leave her room after 7:30? Did she go anywhere? Did she actually go to bed at 7:30 that night?
To Jessica Morgan, forensics professor at Jacksonville State University, you know what I'd be doing right now? I'd be looking at that big buffet, the video.
I'm also going to be interested if she was impacted by any furniture that was in that room. There would be evidence of markings on her body, potentially any kind of contusions, because at that point in time, you wouldn't be getting them to resolve. They'd still be kind of very pronounced in this short window of time. I know we're talking about 18 hours, but from a change of body, the changes that happen in the postmortem context, you would still be able to appreciate those readily. One more thing, and I'll shut my mouth. Talk about the armbar, Nancy. The armbar itself is you're taking the leading part of your arm. That's why they call it an arm bar. Okay, and you're compressing the larynx. This is not like a chokehold where you're compressing the blood supply to the brain. You know what would have happened here if you're talking about an arm bar? You're pressing down literally on the windpipe. I'll be very interested to see what the OCME in the detailed report is noting as far as trauma to all of the cartilaginous bodies, all of the cartilage in the trachea to see if it's been fractured in any way. And yeah, you can have cartilaginous fractures. I want to know if that exists because this is a very specific diagnosis.
No one has been charged formally in this case with the death of Anna Kettner. But that said, Dr. Sue Cornbluth, another thing I want to find out is what was the stepbrother, the older stepbrother's behavior and his demeanor at breakfast the next morning? Was he stuffing himself on the all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet? Because they are notorious. Was he doing that, or did the mom say, "Hey, what's wrong? You're not hungry"? I want to find out everything. Was he sick to his stomach, or was it SOP, standard operating procedure? Breakfast as usual. Big thank you to our partner making today's 5 stories possible. It's Grand Canyon University, a private Christian university in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Grand Canyon University believes we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. GCU believes in equal opportunity and that the American dream starts with purpose. GCU equips you to serve others in ways that promote human flourishing and create a ripple effect of transformation for generations to come by putting others before yourself to glorify God. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or even doctoral degree, GCU's online, on-campus, and hybrid learning environments are designed to help you achieve your unique academic, personal, and professional goals. With over 340 academic programs as of September 2024, GCU meets you where you are and provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Let it flourish. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Thank you, Grand Canyon University, for being our partner.
Your all-access pass to the superstars of the WWE is SiriusXM Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. Thursdays starting at 9 Eastern, Busted Open and Not Sam Wrestling will be broadcasting live from WWE headquarters. Hear from WWE superstars like CM Punk. Wrestling is my addiction for daily wrestling conversation that puts you over the top rope. Check out Sirius.
This is a long ass fucking light, man.
Channel 156 in the car and on the
I'm gonna have to clean the inside of this too. All my vaping has got this all foggy on the inside.
Retreat. Transform that old space into a spa-like sanctuary in as little as one day with jacuzzi bath remodel.
Jacuzzi offers a variety of affordable custom designs tailored to your style and budget needs. And with our safety-focused features, you don't have to sacrifice beauty for peace of mind. Jacuzzi bathroom models are designed to fit your existing space, and we do it right. More than just a liner, we go down to the studs using only top-quality materials. Act now, and Jacuzzi bathroom model will include free fixtures plus a free shower door. And no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free design consultation and quote. Call 800-384-6221. That's 800-384-6221.
This is way up on the fourth floor too, so
6221. For purchase and installation, only through third-party lenders, subject to credit approval. No interest and no payments if paid in full within 12 months. Interest charged from purchase date if not paid in full. Not all will qualify. Call dealer for details.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the big one. We can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're and before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/finance to get 10% off. That's will.com/finance for 20% off. Trustandwill.com/FINANCE. Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value for your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Hey, this is Jill Scott. Hey. You stepped into my living room. For a limited time, Jill Scott is bringing her world to the flow. Dive into her hits, classics, and music from her new album, To Whom This May Concern. On now, Jill Scott's Flow on Sirius XM, Channel 48, and at home with the Sirius XM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices. Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. November 8th at 7:35 p.m., Chantel Hudson texts Thomas Hudson, "I need you to call me ASAP. It's an emergency." Nearly an hour later, after a shocking phone call, Thomas Hudson offers to get their daughter away from the situation. Hudson promises good intentions, and Chantel Hudson replies that she appreciates the offer, but doesn't think it will help, explaining she's only told the 9-year-old her older brother is having a hard time coping with losing Anna, so he's getting checked out by the hospital. Okay, let me understand what happened to Michelle Spitzer, joining us, investigative reporter, USA Today. Michelle, when the stepbrother, the older stepbrother, not the younger 12, 13-year-old natural brother, the older stepbrother, the one that reportedly was throwing the furniture and was alone in the room with Anna Kettner just before her death, that one, when they returned to port after her body was found, he went straight to the hospital, correct?
He did go to a facility, is what it was referred to in court document. I don't know how long he stayed there, but by all accounts, it was not long. And then he was released to a relative in another part of Florida. He did not return back to Titusville, his home in Brevard County, and he has remained with this relative who now has guardianship over him.
Now, when he was rushed for psychiatric evaluation, wasn't that the first time the FBI detectives tried to speak with him? He suddenly had to go to the hospital because he couldn't remember what happened.
We know that the FBI did meet the cruise ship when it docked in Port in Miami, and as far as timing on when they were able to first speak with him, we're not really sure on when that was, but I believe it was pretty shortly after he disembarked from the cruise ship. And yes, according to court documents, he has told his mother he does not remember anything from what happened on the cruise ship.
Chantel Hudson tells her ex over text that their son just keeps repeating over and over he can't remember anything. Chris Kettner's parents say the same thing. The 16-year-old claims he cannot remember anything and is clearly distraught. The boy's step-grandparents also say he was unable to speak the first time FBI detectives tried to question him. The teen is rushed to a hospital for psychiatric evaluation the moment investigators allow the family to leave the cruise ship.
So investigators are trying to speak to him, Sydney Sumner, and that's when he, remember, this is where I'm going, 18 hours, everything's been fine. He could walk, he could talk, he dressed himself, he went to the breakfast buffet, but then the investigator showed up, and suddenly he can't function. He can't speak to the FBI and has to be
It was just at this apartment building.
Do I have that right, Sydney Sumner?
Exactly. The grandparents, family members say once they found Anna's body, this teen boy was completely distraught, unable to speak, appearing to go through some sort of mental episode, and he's rushed to that hospital for a psychiatric evaluation the moment investigators allow them to step off of that cruise ship.
Spencer Ehrenfeld, is he unable to speak because his stepsister is dead?
Just delivered at these condos.
Because they found the body.
Yeah, more stair climbing. It's okay. I need it.
Right. Or maybe, Nancy, he was sort of invoking his Fifth Amendment privilege and refused to speak. So I kind of hope that is what happened, and that he decided he was not going to cooperate with the FBI and not speak until he had a lawyer. And maybe this was an opportunity to create a gap in time.
Why would he do that? Doesn't he want to find out who killed Anna, his sister?
He also doesn't want to be wrongfully convicted. So perhaps he was doing the right thing until he had a chance to speak to a lawyer.
You know, that's crazy. Because when I witnessed a car accident, for example, I didn't try to leave the scene and climb up and take fifth. I told the responding officer what I saw. So why not say what happened?
That assumes he saw something. Maybe he didn't. And I do want to give this kid the presumption of innocence. I know there is strong indications that he may not be, but he does deserve this presumption, and he does deserve that.
Well, of course he does, Spencer.
And he does deserve to invoke the Fifth.
I appreciate you reiterating and giving him the protections, but I believe the U.S. Constitution has already done that. Look around. Are you in a courtroom? No, you are not. You're in front of a camera, and we are discussing the evidence as we know it now. And what I know is the family is very concerned about.
All right, be right back.
Optics. Listen.
Thomas Hudson, concerned about keeping his son's name private, already coming across social media posts mentioning the teen. I know everything is supposed to be hush-hush for now, but I've seen that it is still getting out with posts and comments between Facebook, TikTok, and stuff. I just want to make sure, until things are certain, that he doesn't get any unnecessary comments towards him.
Chantel Hudson assures Thomas Hudson she is doing everything she can to keep their son's name private. Quote, everything that's been posted on TikTok and social media, nobody knows anything, and everybody's just speculating. Nobody knows anything about him. He is a minor and has been kept completely out of it. We have not said anything to anybody, and we are going to try our best to keep it completely out. When we talk to the FBI again, we will reiterate that we do not want his name out there.
Let me understand, Joe Scott Morgan. When the family, the bio dad and stepmom meet with the FBI. Their concern is protecting the privacy of the stepbrother suspect. Why are they saying to the FBI, where's the charges? Who did this? What is something totally backwards here?
Yeah, in my opinion, it is. I mean, why are you not climbing up on the rooftops of every home in your immediate vicinity and screaming, I want to find out who did this to my child? Because, Nancy, I can tell you this. She did not fall down and strike her neck so that it gives the appearance of an arm bar, all right? So I want to know who facilitated this. We talked a lot about CCTV. We talked about her being visualized. I think that the first guest that you had on, Nancy, with the video is incredibly powerful there. So we have videography here. What's the holdup at this point in time? Let's move forward with this because Anna is the victim.
The texts between family are very, very concerning to me. Listen.
Intense grief for Anna's loss is barely discussed. Chantel Hudson describes her daughter Brooke struggling with the loss and declines a call from Hudson because this is the first time we will be home without Anna and their son. Otherwise, the focus lies on their son. Chantel Hudson never mentioning feelings on her stepdaughter's murder.
The child is dead. Anna Kettner is dead, either clothed or partially clothed, stuffed under a bed. I don't quite get why the focus is on protecting the privacy of the stepbrother as opposed to apprehending their daughter's killer. Sydney Sumner, what is happening?
We don't know. There has been no word from any investigative agency on why this teenager, who is named as a suspect in these court documents in this custody case, is still living freely with relatives. Because my concern, Nancy, is he's going to run.
Nick Giddens came forward and showed us his video from the cruise, video that captured Anna Kettner and her so-called last dance with her grandparents. Is it probative? Yes, it is. It can prove something if carefully analyzed. So if you know or think you know anything about this case, even if you think it is inconsequential, please.
Waffle House delivery only.
2000. Repeat, 754-703-2000. We remember an American hero, Deputy Sheriff Noah Rainey, Carroll County Sheriff's, Indiana, just 29, killed in the line of duty, leaving behind his young wife and 2 little boys. American hero, Deputy Sheriff Noah Rainey. Nancy Grace signing off. Goodbye, Swift.
One item. Sausage, egg, and cheese hash brown bowl. Sounds good. Harrisburg.
Choosing what's right. Will King.
This one has become a delivery-only Waffle House. I don't know if I told you guys about it. I used to go here a lot on the lake times because this one was actually in a nicer neighborhood than the other one. But it turned into delivery-only.
The real story. Watch and listen to the real deal. The heart of the matter from the heart of America. Watch the Will King Show live from Texas. Weekdays at 4 on the Fox News Channel. And listen anytime to Will King Country.
Hi, this is professional golfer Marco Mann. When it came to building my personal putting green, I called Celebrity Greens, the leader in customized synthetic golf greens. Celebrity Greens designed an amazing backyard green for me and a synthetic lawn area for my dogs that looks and acts just like natural grass. You can't beat Celebrity Greens' attention to detail and exceptional customer service. Learn how to create a championship green in your own backyard. Call the pros at Celebrity Greens, 1-888-507-7960, or visit them online at celebritygreens.com.
Big stories, real analysis, smart conversation. It's the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on Sirius XM Triumph. Dr. Laura is on
You know good from bad. You You know, caring and loving.
Well, this is going into the suck, though.
So when you know that the good things you're doing are wrong, smile, say thank you for your opinion, and get on with your life. But I certainly wouldn't hold those kind of people close.
Definitely going into the suck on this
What
one.
they're trying to do is destroy your family. So they will do. You stand up, you get in their face, and you go, I have a happy, functional, loving family. Thank you for your name. Repeat that. Say, repeat it. I have a happy, functional, loving family. Thank you for your input. That's it. Yeah, that's the really important part, I think. That will shut them up.
Well, apparently they didn't get enough sit-down traffic there. I mean, none of them really do around here, except for like late night when the bars close. You know, that's what Waffle House is known for. Yeah, this is way up in the north side of Toledo. Can't believe there's no Waffle House that's closer.
Dr. Laura's lesson.
Fucking 15 miles away.
Welcoming you to this hour program right here on Sirius XM Triumphantly. You are here with B and Dan screening your calls. The amazing genius Carson Smith, engineering, orchestrating our music, producing the segues. My number again. 1-800-Dr. Laura, 1-800-375-2872. So for the first 20 minutes, this is what I'm doing. Photos of Bear, my puppy, are up on Facebook and Instagram and at the top of drlaura.com. So go check out pictures of Bear. Okay?
Hand the customer with a PIN number.
He's a rescue dog. He and two of his siblings, a boy and a girl, were dumped behind a Walmart in San Bernardino and sent to a kill shelter. And I believe I said I would foster one that's Bear, and went on the air, and evidently more people came up, and so they were all saved, which is good. However, it was hilarious. A few times I had taken him into public because he's just such a baby. I'm such a baby. People would say, what is he? And I would say, I don't know. And ask people to guess. And I got all kinds of strange things. And it didn't make any sense. First of all, his legs were long and his eyes were not close together. So that eliminated a lot of dogs. Okay. And then there was the coloring. Yeah. He's got sort of a saddle look on the back. You know? Just interesting hints. So I'm opening up the phone lines for the next 20 minutes. Look at the pictures and guess. And the reason I can do this today is results came in this morning, which did not entirely surprise me. So basically, he's about 50-50. They made it 50.7 and 49.3. I think they did for adorableness, but 50-50. So I'm not going to make it be the first and the second because they're really half and half. The parents where one was one, the other was the other. That's it. I can tell you the dog is frighteningly smart. So give me a call and guess what he is. Look at the pictures. 800-375-2872. I'll give you an example of frighteningly smart.
Can't see the pictures.
Waiting to get permission to eat his food took 3 tries. Sit was like 2. Once he knew he was supposed to put his butt down, that was it. I said, sit, butt goes down. And then down, that was easy too. That took about 6 tries though, because he was excited about the treat. working on the stay. He has the general idea, but he doesn't know that means could be forever. You just have to wait. So working on the stay. But anyway, go out. And there are these tiny little pebbles. So he picks up a little pebble and starts chewing it. No. I go in the house and get some treats. I notice he's doing this. And that can't be good for them. So if they were good for them, I think it would be in the Purina bag. We've added pebbles. Very good for their digestion. Anyway, so I took him out. He went to pick up a pebble, and I went, I do. Leave it. Oh, and he doesn't attack her food while she's eating. And he's got a big food prey instinct. I got to tell you, this dog wants to eat. That way he takes over his mommy. Yeah, I enjoy eating. Reason to get up in the morning, it's breakfast. Reason to go to sleep at night, because soon you'll have breakfast. So, anyway, so I did this about 3 times. Took a break, came back. He picked up a pebble. I said, leave it. And he spit it out. First time he did this, I didn't get it. I thought, oh, this works. I gave him a little treat. He walks about 6 feet, looks at me, looks down at the ground, picks up a pebble, and throws it. Comes up to me and sits down. Where's my treat? I thought, this is scary how smart this dog is. And so that's a big hint. The 2 dogs are very smart dogs. One of them is exceptionally smart, probably around the top of the world. And, okay, I'll start taking calls. Come on, give me a call. I only have 2 people guessing. 1-800-375-2872. Kathy, welcome to the program. What do you think Bear is?
German Shepherd Husky.
You know,
I thought it was a 3 breed. Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
You're wrong. Now, I'm doing this. You have to guess both of them.
German Shepherd and Husky, no?
No. But thank God, he was a Husky. He'd be like 200 pounds, okay? But don't go away. I'm going to put you on hold, okay? Don't go away.
Okay, thank you.
Put her on. I did the wrong thing. I get used to doing this. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put her on hold. There we go. All righty. Shannon, what do you think Bear is?
I'm going to guess a German Shepherd and a Border Collie.
Mike? It's not exactly right? No, it's not. However, I'm going to put you on hold. Okay, we'll wait for the other people. You have to get both of them. A lot of people think it looks like a German Shepherd. Hey, German Shepherd. Oh. Okay, let's go to Mary. You have to get them both right. So if you guess and you have only one of them right, I'm still going to say no. Okay? And I'm not going to give any more hints like that was close. That's not fair. Okay, Mary, what do you think, huh?
I think a Great Pyrenees and a German Shepherd.
Pyrenees is a huge dog.
I have a neighbor who has a dog and his face looks just like that.
You're wrong. However, I'm going to put you on hold. This is way too much fun. Jeff, so what do you think?
Bernese Mountain Dog, Australian Shepherd, and German Shepherd.
No, you can only give me 2.
Oh, okay. German Shepherd and Bernese.
You're wrong, but I'm going to put you on hold. Okay. Lisa, what do you think? Whoops. Lisa, I'm sorry. There you go. Lisa, what do you think?
I think Border Collie, German Shepherd.
No, I'm going to put you on hold. Don't go away. There's a reason I'm putting everybody on hold when you're guessing. By now, you should probably have guessed the pattern of why people are on hold. But the results came back 50-50. So this is not a huge mix of 3,000 things, evidently. Okay. Alice, what do you think?
Hello. I think a German Shepherd and a Cheetah. So.
I thought that too. And you and I are wrong. Hold on, I'm putting you on hold. Okay, I have 2 more guesses coming in. Is that correct? No?
Not gonna fucking let me over?
Yeah. There's 2 more guesses coming in, and then I'll tell you. Okay. Billy, what do you think? 50-50.
I think it's a poodle and a German Shepherd.
That would be damn weird. But you went because of the smarts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold. Don't go away. Okay, Armin, what do you think?
Bernese Mountain Dog, Standard Poodle.
Bernese Mountain Dog and a Standard Poodle. It would be very interesting, actually, but no, you're wrong, and I'm not putting you on hold. But thank you very much for calling in. There got to be a reason I didn't put him on hold. Yeah, for you guessing that already. Okay, I think we have one more. Just a second. We have one more person who's going to guess. Maybe 2. Okay, 2 people. And that'll be it. Rachel, what do you think?
I think Australian Shepherd and German Shepherd.
Gosh, I sort of thought that too. We're both wrong. Hold on, don't go away. I think I have one more person. Okay, this is it. Vivian, what do you think?
I think Australian Shepherd and Collie.
No. And collies are not that smart.
They're not? Oh, Matthew is smart.
And he kept calling, talk about problems in gender identity starting early in life. That was a boy dog, and they kept calling it a her. Here, she. But thank you very much, but you're not going on hold. Okay. Okay, just a second. Who said, we had a couple that said Australian something, but they didn't get the right dog. There's more than one Australian. Okay, for all of you listening, he's 50% Australian cattle dog, which is very different. Evidently, Australia has bred some different, so some of you got Australia right. Everybody who got German Shepherd right was correct. So he's 50% Australian cattle dog, 50% German Shepherd dog. So I'm just going to go through you all and say thank you. Okay, Kathy, you got the German Shepherd.
Yes, I know. How did I not think of Australian cattle dog? That was.
I don't know. I didn't know there was a specific. They're also called blues.
Yeah, and they're super smart. I'm a dog trainer, so.
So now that you know that, and you look at the picture, what do you think?
He's going to keep you on your toes, and he's going to protect you, and you're going to have a whole lot of fun with them.
Thank you. You just made my day. Thank you very much. I appreciate that you called. Okay, Shannon.
Yes.
You got the shepherd right.
Yes. And I also said border collie, but it's hard
Which
to
is
tell
close.
eyes from the picture.
Yeah.
I know cattle dogs.
Either one.
Well.
He nips Lily's butt when they're running, so the cattle dog barks.
The herding part.
Yes.
You'll have fun with that.
But the long legs means he's not going to have that German Shepherd hip thing.
We hope.
Yeah, he shouldn't. All right. Mary, you got the German Shepherd right.
Yes. but I mixed the other parts.
It's okay. It was good. You got 50% of him.
So we got
From his belly forward or belly back. I don't know. Okay, Jeff, thank you very much. You got the shepherd right.
Yeah, I was looking at those feet. My brother has an Australian Shepherd, but I didn't think about cattle dog.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm trying to figure out who in the United States here bred a cattle dog with a German Shepherd. What is a cattle dog doing in California?
Great question.
Yeah, thank you. Alice, thank you. You got the Shepherd right.
You know, I still was going to say cattle dog too, because I have a Caterpillar leopard dog, which is a mix, and she's a herding dog too. And I was going to say that, but the fluff, it's fluff took me for a win on that one.
I think that's the shepherd part. So you were going to get cattle dog.
Yeah, because I have a herding dog myself, so I was going to. I was like, oh, but it's fluffy, so fluffy.
Well, he's a baby. They're fluffy. But thank you for guessing. I appreciate it. And she has a cattle dog. That's very funny. Okay, Billy, you got the shepherd right. Thank you very much for calling in.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been fun.
Have a good day. Okay, Rachel, I appreciate that you called. Okay.
Congrats. It's very cute.
Rachel, thank you. Yes, I didn't hear. Thank you very much. That's very funny. Okay. Yeah, it was fun enough. Okay, I didn't see the other message. If I had seen the other message, but I didn't. Sorry. Okay. Evidently, there are rules and laws about contests, so I couldn't make this a contest. I could just make it sort of just fun and silly. But nobody got it right, but one lady who has a cattle dog and one lady who is a trainer. Yeah, they almost got it. So you got to follow your first instinct. Her first instinct, she would have been she would have gotten it correct. There are no winners. Yeah. I remember when I was teaching at USC and the class was in a theater. So I would walk behind everybody's desk and overlook their shoulders and comment the answers they were putting down. They were mostly complex answers. It wasn't like multiple choice. I never did multiple choice. That's sort of an IQ test, multiple choice. It's different than actually knowing the material. So I would go behind and lean over and go, that part you crossed out. Was that your first instinct? Yes. But then I thought, and I went, that was your first instinct. Yes. Just checking. So I would sort of walk around the room and give hints. Or, do you really mean that? No. I guess not. It's nice to have fun with the students. All righty. That was terrific. We're going to take a break. I'm going to come back with my opening monologue and your calls about whatever the heck you want to talk about. This is a whatever the heck you want to talk about day. As long as it's not politics. It can be religion. Only if you're questioning yourself. All right? My number, 1-800-375-2872. I'm pretty excited to know that he's going to be huge. I thought so. 3 weeks ago, he was about 5 pounds, and now he's 13. And he's not fat. So, I wake up in the morning, take him out of the crate, and he's bigger. And what's funny is that when I rescued him, they gave me a crate And it was like for a huge German Shepherd. And I sent it back saying, I don't want you to spend on this, so I bought myself a medium-sized crate, figuring that would be good. It looks like I'm going to need a bigger crate in a year sooner. That's so funny. Huge crate. I said, I could go in there. That's a very big crate. This is a little puppy. And they said, yes, but it has a little thing where you put it inside and you can make it smaller on the inside. I said, yeah, I'll send it back. It's expensive, and you're a charity, so I'll send it back. And I'll get my own. You don't have to reimburse me. It's okay. My number, 1-800-375-2872. Now that I no longer have a question about my puppy, what questions do you have about your life? Give me a call at 1-800-375-2872. We're all tempted all the time. Do you need some clarity in your life? The quality of character is what you do with that temptation. For more great advice, I have a question. Call Dr. Laura at 1-800-375-2872.
Take a moment and think of one thing that you really wanted to do recently, but you didn't because your foot, leg, or back pain got in the way. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and that's why we're here, to help you get back out there. Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store are designed to alleviate foot, knee, hip, and back pain, plus provide improved balance, more comfort, and, well, a better life. Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. He was in great health. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. And super hard, obviously, with all the family, but my dad had life insurance. So even after he passed away, he was still able to provide for my mom. And of course, by extension, my brother and I. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife, and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com. Because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. 10 minutes. You're covered. Your family is covered. You get $2 million in coverage for $2 a day. That's a 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. We don't like to talk about death in our culture, but everyone's going to die. You're going to die. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Slater. Rates may vary, billed monthly. Ethos.com/Slater.
When reality knocks on your door, do you turn off the TV and pretend you're not home? Let me tell you, avoidance is not the way to cope with challenges, especially when they're financial. Our country's debt keeps growing. Purchasing power keeps shrinking. Don't pretend it won't impact you. Take action with the help of Golden Crest Metals, a precious metals company that I trust. Gold and silver significantly outperform stocks, bonds, and the U.S. dollar in 2025, and they're breaking records again this year. That's information to act on. Learn how you can protect your savings with physical gold and silver, either owned directly or inside an IRA or 401k, tax and penalty free. Get the education you need. Stop guessing. Start making informed decisions. Call 888-817-7172 to request a free guide or visit goldencrestmetals.com/protect. Hi, I'm Sherry Harris, owner of LifeSource. The benefits of quality water have never been more apparent. That is why families recognize a LifeSource whole house system as their essential home appliance. No regular maintenance and no worrying. We build, install, and stand behind every system. So start your new year right. Call our U.S. factory at 1-800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource. Taste and feel the difference.
Warranty limitations apply. From the issues that matter to the voices that lead, Sirius XM Triumph. Choosing what's right.
No,
This is Dr. Laura.
that spot for that truck.
And I got Sirius XM, and I heard your show. I'm like, wow, interesting. You're a good woman. Well, let me call and ask her and see what she thinks. Here you go.
Dr. Laura on Sirius XM Triumph.
Dr. Laura's there. My number 1-800-375-2872. I tell people all the time, avoiding a decision is a decision, but it doesn't solve a problem. You can't ignore the U.S. debt.
I'm gonna
Keeps rising.
send you guys over rate another live for now.
Alternative investment strategies.
I'll need Bill for a beer before I go home. It's pretty much slowed down. I'm not getting shit for tips right now, so.
Gold and silver works. Gold and silver reached multiple record highs last year, outpacing stocks and bonds. And they keep moving higher. So, give this some deep thought. Don't panic, don't procrastinate. Informed decision.
I'm gonna try and do as much of the day tomorrow though as possible. I want to bust over $100 tomorrow. I made about 60 tonight, which ain't bad.
Stored and how they can be used inside an IRA or 401k, tax and penalty free. Call 888-817-7100.
Find one now.
Or go to goldenpressmetals.com/rotate. Okay, I'm number of calls, so I'm just going to go. Pat, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Dr. Laura. I listened to you for many, many years, and you just charged me up to talk about something that's really been on my heart about my dog.
I'll send you over to Timcast.
She's 16 pounds, and I love to take her to little play dates and, indoors pretty much. And my problem is well-meaning people, even though common sense tells you not to, should tell them not to, they just keep feeding or will feed without, well, they don't ask permission. They give them treats. Give her treats. Give any dog treats.
Okay, Pat, can you tell me where it is that you're going? Because I will tell you, 100% of stores when I go in, may I give your dog a treat? I've always asked, where the heck are you going that people are not asking? Where are you going?
It is a play day. It's like going to a little indoor play area and a group of people get together.
Well, hang around for the raid.
So don't go
please.
There.
Well, yeah. You need
yes.
So I thought I made a speech to one of them and said, don't give her any. I even put a little flashing light on her harness.
Okay. So go somewhere else. Establish another group. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, because twice she's ended up in the clinic. Yesterday was, I don't care about.
But that's your fault.
Ooh,
you're at a place where people don't have proper respect and regard for each other and their pets. I have never had anybody offer Lily a treat, and I've had her for 5 years. I have had people offer, may I give her a treat? Is it okay that I give her a treat? I have always been asked. So wherever the heck you go, people are weird. So make some friends. If there are any dog owners with dogs who don't do that, ask to just meet up with them in your yard or something, and where they can play outside.
Okay, yeah, I will do that. And I made a speech to people, and
yeah, giving a speech is not good if you're trying to protect your dog. So if I did not want people to give Lily a treat, if and when I don't want it, I just go, yeah, thank you anyway, special diet. They go, oh, okay. Nobody's feelings are hurt. They don't feel awkward. The dog has special diet. She doesn't.